Peace, 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 love, and light. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. Let's get right to the new intro.
So dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God and Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the source. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get
Peace, 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 peace. How y'all like the intro? Let's hit it one more time, man. That is the new intro. I want y'all to, hey, let me know how y'all feel about it, man.
so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God and Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you hit the like button, share this on all your social media outlets. Let's continue this thing out. Right, let's go. Let's go. Let's get to it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Support the channel. Share it on all your social media outlets. Let's go.
Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't legalized. Realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Realize. Yeah. Slavery was a long time ago. How? Same
seems like they shadow banning me.
They ahead of us. They changed our name so much they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale face people, this ain't y'all area. Talking about America. Pale face people, this ain't y'all area. Even up the playing field, bitch, I'm darn. How you a victim, bitch? You a Karen. Cognitive dissonance, you don't need spurn. You got white privilege, so you don't need spurn. Looking at my homeland, man, I can't believe her. Colonists came here, they ain't never leave her. Indians ain't die off cause we here. You ain't gotta lie, just say you won't be here. How you American but not indigenous? 400 years still ain't get rid of us. All Europeans, naturalized citizens, made all the Indians niggas on the census. 1492, we was on the fences. Civil rights movement, we was so defensive. Black Wall Street, whites got so offended. Common law rights.
Y'all share this on all your social media.
That's alright. First place 1619 was all white. 1200 wasn't no continent. All white Europe named after a black woman. Alright, grafted it come from us. Do your research. Go within, quit listening to teachers. And the Nuki got voice coming out the speaker. Cut off trees down and made us weaker. Really they foreigner, the shit gets deeper. Whites don't know where whites come from either. I'm Aboriginal, we come from the ether. Ruling over us in our land, that's evil. Being colonized right now, black people. Prisoner of the war, that's why it ain't equal. Wake up everybody, don't be no sheeple. Freedom ain't free, really freedom is illegal. And we can't get mad at this. Whites act like we can't see their advantages. Privileges real, they working in management. Low down, dirty, but they calling us savage. They want you to think they above us. All white people are part-time judges. I ain't no racist, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no African, but they my brothers. Been lied to, I got built up anger. You built everything, still waiting on the savior. Don't call yourself black, please do me that favor. Black tourmaline will protect you from a hater. Listening to your oppressors is dangerous. Gave us a Bible and stole our nation. Said we couldn't read what we didn't know the language. Kept us on paper because we didn't see the danger. American Indian, keep the religion. Skin copper color look just like a penny. Wanted our land and you called us stingy. Ain't no Democrats there to gotta pay attention. We got ancestors but the papers is missing. Kings and queens but you can't remember. Remember who you are, just like Simba. Now they got a vax, we don't want that in us. George Washington is the ninth president, look it up. United States only 10 square blocks, look it up. White people really the minorities, look it up. Courtrooms don't got authorities, look it up. You want me, say stop governing me. Gave me a straw man, it's really not me. Why you don't keep it 100 with me? Why Trayvon killers still walk around free? Made this song for the truth, don't hate it.
Yeah, should have live stream. Should have live stream.
Still oppressed, somebody gotta say it. I'm taking out of school, that's the reason I made it. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. It ain't my story. History, it's his story. It's his story. Probably ain't your story. History, it's his story. It's his story.
I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm getting shadow banned this morning. We only got 19 people in here, and a couple people I don't think getting the notifications. The algorithm is going crazy this morning. I don't know what's going on. Let's give it one more jammy jam before we start this thing off, right?
So dope, my slow. When you move like God, slow. I came back for the black doors, back up in the land pants, let go with the towns. What's a native? $5 melanated. Pale faces, waiting on the stage. Sending prayers up, back on vacation. God should give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feel. He say put no one before him in divine. If you with God and Christians, I got a vision, but niggas ain't got a listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English plotting on our homes. Tribal families, us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something, turn to nothing. And now we nothing, turn to something. Reincarnation, ancient, fresh about the oven. This the message to the man. This message to the man. This message to the man. This message to the man. Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the cool. We can never die. This we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This Missions to the say you was prisoners of war. Stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured about how we should wait on God. It's never our vernacular.
My bad, I know it was going to echo and shit. God damn. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell going on with the algorithm. I just happened to look back in the chat. The fuck is going on, y'all? Let's take a quick 30-second break and we'll be right back. All right. We back. God dang it. What's going on, man? Hey, share the live stream. They fucking around with my analytics and they shadow banned me this morning because they know I was going to come with some heat. But hey, we're going to push it out anyway. Shout out to the chat, man. Peace and blessings. Love and light to everybody in the chat. This is your brother Aboriginal Power, a.k.a. Copper Grizzly. So make sure y'all share the link, share the live stream and everything. Yeah, we're going to also do the first American documentary, so make sure y'all take a look at that. Shout out to my brother Chief Holiday, man. He been working on this first American documentary for some time, definitely putting it out, giving the angles, waking up the people so they can be able to, understand what's going on and who he is. This is a more simple way to explain it to them in documentary form. So let's take a
I'm talking for the natives.
Yeah.
I like when
it comes to talking about African Americans, I have no education with that. Period. I don't. I don't. I'm not even connecting to that no more because that's a system.
A Negro is still languished in the corners of American society, finds himself in exile in his own land.
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines.
You and I are aborigines, but you just don't like being called aboriginal. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Malcolm. As a matter of fact, his daughter, Malcolm X's daughter, was found dead in her New York apartment building today. So I don't know what's happening. That's some breaking news. Malcolm X's daughter, Malika, was found dead in her apartment or in her house this morning. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Can I get some fire emojis in here if y'all can hear me loud and clear? Shout out to everybody that's in here viewing, and shout out to the real chat. Shout out to everybody that's listening and viewing and typing in, and shout out to everybody that ain't able to type in right now that's just listening. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, man. So how y'all feeling, man? Y'all let me know what y'all smoking on this morning, where y'all at with it. You know what I mean? Y'all know the traditions. Drop the fire emojis in the chat, and we're gonna get this thing cracking. Also, some new news came out about the brother Young Dolph. Allegedly, one of the killers in the Dolph shooting and murder was dead himself. So one of the shooters actually popped up dead as well. One of the shooters in the Dolph case popped up dead. Some are even going I believe there's evidence out there that one of the shooters was actually shot during the shooting. So when they went and killed Dolph, the security guard shot back, Dolph shot back, and so it's word that Dolph took someone out with him as well. There's a lot of other stuff allegedly going on inside working, that some of the people that was charged in this murder was actually part of Young Dolph's record label and was connected to the one of the executives of the of what he had going on. So I'm just letting y'all know. Yeah, them NOI boys. And a lot of people didn't know that Dolph touched on the conscious part of his history. He actually identified as a Moor. I'm just letting y'all know, as an Aboriginal indigenous Moor, Young Dolph identified as that, allegedly. I'm just giving y'all word. This is real life facts. So y'all hit that like button. And let's get straight to it, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Ain't nobody tell me what y'all smoking on. Oh, let me see. My man Chris let me know what he's smoking on. What you smoking on, Chris? Memphis, Tennessee, orange sherbet. Shout out to my man smoking on the orange sherbet. This is the Wake and Bake Show. Don't get it twisted. This is the Wake and Bake Show. And right now we smoking on some Martian candy. We smoking on Martian candy this Grand Rising. So make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's what they said, bro. That's what they said. I got the proof. I got the proof, G. They said Young Dolph was claiming to be a Moor, an Aboriginal indigenous Moor. Now, I ain't saying M-O-O-R, but he could be the M-O-O-R-E. I don't know. Somebody said Royal Gorilla Glue in the building. Skywalker OG in the building. Dallas, Texas in the building. He said he's smoking on Biscotti. It's one of my favorites. Shout out to Dallas, Texas in the building. Shout out to the original Copper Empress Hobart in the building. Shout out to the OG. So y'all, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Root. Y'all probably can down the line, nigga. Y'all don't even know it. Smoking on Runts from Redlands, California. Shout out to Redlands, California, man. Smoking at the Runts, man. Early morning. Y'all feeling good this morning. So y'all feeling the vibes just like I'm feeling the vibes. It's feeling lit. White Radell, he said Natchez, Mississippi. Natchez, shout out to Natchez. Shout out to where y'all from, man. Let me know where y'all at in the building. Let me know where y'all tuning in from this morning. Epic Studios. He said, not Royal Glue, not Royal Gorilla Glue, just Royal Glue. Okay, Royal Glue. Okay, that's what's up. Thank you for the correction. That means a lot, nigga. Facts. I'm smoking on that Woody 5.5, that Woody 5.5. Damn, you smoking on Woody? Damn, 5.5. Why you smoking on Woody for? What he done did to you? New York City visiting fam for the Turkey Day. Shout out to Cuz, he in New York. Shout out to Cuz for the Turkey Day. Even though I don't fuck around with Turkey Day. Hey, shout out to Oakland Cal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lemon Haze. You feel me? He say he's smoking on that Lemon Haze from out of Las Vegas. Redskin say he just got haze. What kind of haze, cuz? You probably smoking mid, cuz. Minneapolis in the building, Hartford, Connecticut, the Heartbeat. You understand me? Shout out to Elbow. Natchez history is sick with pre-US. DC in the building, the Bronx in the building. Somebody said early morning roaches on my mama. Hey, I feel that, nigga. Jacquez, nigga, you just brought back some real memories, kid. I know where you at with it, nigga. Yeah, shout out to my nigga. For the roach choke, with the roach choke, nigga. Indiana, smoking on that do-si-do. Oh, do-si-do, cool. Eating edibles also. Damn, yo, that's fried. Philly. Oh, he said Philly in the building. Okay, Jacquez, I feel you. Roachy in the morning. I feel you. There's some bomb street broccoli. Okay, some street broccoli. That nigga's funny as hell. Shout Alpha, what you smoking on, G? Oh, so Epic Studios, Tennessee. That's what's up. Shout out to Tennessee, man. Y'all know that's where we at with it. Smoking on that gas. Esky said he's smoking that gas. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Purple Haze, Kim Folk, smoking gumbo. All right, I see y'all. Indiana. He said Tur Huts, Old Land. Nigga, that's what you smoking, Root Word? I ain't never even heard of that, cuz. So AP ran up on Sister Sanchez. Oh no, shout out to Bro Sanchez, man. I felt like he was ducking. You feel me? I felt like he was hiding. So when I feel like I give a nigga enough time to come slide on me. Like you supposed to be smoking me, you supposed to be wiping the floor with me in the debate. I'm gonna give you the addy and tell you to pull up. I don't trust you. I don't believe you niggas got it in your heart to smoke nothing. So you the type of nigga I'll give you the address and tell you I'll be outside waiting, nigga. You didn't pull up. So now that I was outside waiting, I said, fuck it. I'm gonna go to your crib. I'm gonna slide on cuz. So I slid through it. I was on her smooth, like, yo, what's up? I don't even want to talk about nothing else. Hey, all that other stuff y'all talking about, good. That's cool. What's up with me and you supposed to be debating? So I had to put him on a hot seat. Either he was going to duck me in front of everybody and admit to ducking me, or he was going to accept the smoke. And he accepted the smoke. So November 26th, this up and coming Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the debate is going down. Me and Bro Sanchez. Make sure y'all tap in. Yeah, I literally had a ski mask on phone now. I literally had my ski mask on when I popped up on Bro Sanchez with the ski mask on like that. You know what was about to pop off. But yeah, he accepted it though. So shout out to Bro Sanchez. Either way, I would have been cool with it. I would have been cool with him ducking me live. I would have been cool with him accepting it live. Either way, we just want the peoples want to hear it from your mouth, from Bro Sanchez's mouth. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Tribe Biz in the building. Man, that nigga Chief Big Chief, man, we're gonna have to drop the link and go in on his ass in a second. Hey, let's get to this. Let's get to some of this audio I have lined up for you guys. Y'all let me know if it's an echo.
People got deep roots in this land. So how do we uproot these people? They got very deep roots. They know our people have very, very, very deep roots in this land called North America. North America, South America, Central America, Mexico. They know, and I keep going on. We have very deep roots here. So the first thing you have to do is you have to uproot the people. You have to uproot them. You have to uproot them in order to plant your own seeds here. In order to plant your own seeds here, your own history here to create a false implant.
Listen, that's what we've been trying to tell these people the whole time. Once we figured out who we truly are, we the copper colors, that we ain't black. Oh, so this black shit is fake. This black face shit is just an illusion, a fake illusion to who we is. This ain't even really who we are. This is some insult to who we are. So black doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? And like he got it abbreviated, be lack. You feel me? Because you be lacking shit when you a black nigga. You feel me? You be lacking. You feel me? You ain't black. You ain't blacking on niggas. You be lacking on niggas, man. Because you don't even know you the copper color.
You have to uproot the heritage and the history of these people. Now, if their descendants are around, which they are. The descendants of the Olmecs, Aztec, Inca, Mayan, Toltec people are still here. Right?
How the hell I got 73 likes and only 53 people in the building, man? That's weird as hell.
And they know that they're still here. That's why we had to be labeled as black people. People who are blacklisted in the society. Black is really blacklisted. People who are redacted out of the history of this country, mainly because they are natives of this country. See, so-called black people here in America who are falsely being called black and African American and Negro, you are really Mesoamerican and your roots are here. Now, they can't have you knowing that. I told you that. They can't have you knowing that. So they had to create something else for you. They had to misplace you. They had to tell you, lie to you and tell you that you're someone else. You're some other people, some other mythical people who have no real heritage, have no real origin, have no real anything, that you are just a black people. You are a black people, right? Who came from somewhere in Africa, you know, that was brought over here to work in slavery. And that's it. That's the end of your story. You didn't produce no civilizations. You didn't create any civilizations. You didn't do anything. You did nothing. You did nothing. You contributed nothing to the planet but slavery. This is the story they want to tell. You're not what those Mesoamerican people did, those great edifices and things they built. Oh, that's not you. That's a so-called what we're going to call the Native Americans. We're going to refer to them, and that's going to be your Asians.
Hey, y'all stick around, man. We're going to get into a nice bag while we on here. Like I said, I'm even going to get into Young Pharaoh arrest records because Young Pharaoh was recently arrested. We're going to get into that. I got the actual court records. We're going to get into that in a minute.
East Indians who are mixed, call themselves the Red Indians, which is really Mongoloid Indians. We're going to give them that distinction because if we could say that they were white or that their descendants were white and these were really white people that lived here, we would. But they definitely would. They would tell you if these was white people lived here, Caucasian, European, whatever you want to call them. But being that they can't tell that lie because history wouldn't support it, they're going to do the very next best thing and elevate the Asians in your place. And your place in history and things like that, they'll elevate the Asians who are falsely being called Native Americans and Mesoamerican. These are nothing but Asians. I told you that. And they have to, just like they have to reshift them and move them over in our space, they have to move us to some space. That's where the whole thing of black people came from. This is where the whole thing of black people came from. This whole idea of blackness and black people, this is where it came from. It was meant to pull us off of, or pull us out of alignment with our true descendancy. It was meant to pull us out of alignment and give us this idea that we're coming from someplace else, that we're part of something else, that we African and all this other nonsense. And that is just what it is.
Right. They've been trying to tell us we was African. That shit ain't right, man. We've been figured out that. The gig is up. We know who we are. It's the uprising and the reawakening of the American Aborigines, the sleeping giants. That's who they've been talking about.
And give us this idea that we're coming from someplace else, that we're part of something else, that we African and all this other nonsense. And that is just what it is, a bunch of nonsense and lies. So they had to create an artificial black race, which means that they also had to create this artificial desire and want in you for the things within this society. As a people, they had to create an artificial want in you, you see, and they did that. They created an artificial want, an artificial desire in you to chase after and want the things in this world, to chase after and want blackness, to chase after and want blackness and all of the artificial and unreal things that come with it, all the artificial and real things that come with it, the so-called history, the so-called identity of that. This was all meant to be nothing. This was all meant to be fluff. What do I mean when I say it's meant to be fluff? Black people, when the so-called white man created this whole idea of a black people, the whole idea was meant to be just what it was, which was fluff. BS, nonsense. You created a BS image to outsource and fit people who were once deemed as the most serious people on the planet. You created a watered down, cooned out version of a people who were once the most powerful and the most serious people on the planet. You call them black people. And you didn't think that any of them would catch on. And for the most part, they have not caught on. They have not caught on, but you can't fool us all of the time. Because I sure caught on what they were really doing when they called us black people, really putting us on a blacklist, keeping us, this is their way of identifying us to make sure that we are deprived of the things that we are in this society, and that you as a black person, one who is blacklisted, you will never be a real citizen in their setup. Because again, you don't make the natives, when you try to take the natives' land, take their resources, you don't treat the natives as you don't welcome the natives in. You treat them as outcasts. You see, you treat the natives as outcasts. You see, you don't elevate them in this society. That's why I remember I said there will never be a so-called American-born black president. But I kept saying, you ain't seeing that. They're not even going to take a chance of putting that seat in the hands of a so-called black man who was born here in America, because that would be too symbolic of a so-called black man in power in this land again, even if it is by the hands of the white man who gives him that power. But they cannot afford it, or nor do they want the hands of power back in the hands of the so-called black man and being in charge of this country, a native bronze man. That's why you didn't see Jesse Jackson or his son or nobody get elevated into that position of president, because they were born here. Even though they went to sellouts and coons, they was born here. They are native to this country, America. They're native to this country called America. Right? They have 9 times out of 10 Mesoamerican heritage, just like all black people, so-called black people born here in America do. We have Mesoamerican heritage. 9 times out of 10, we're not from Africa. Those of you who are here, 9 times out of 10, you're not from Africa. You're from right here, directly from here, as an ancient Mesoamerican people. But like I said, when you take on people's land, when you take things from them, you have to then even take their identity. You have to then take their identity. And once you've taken their identity, once they have to be fed off you, and what it is that you have to offer, whether you willingly do it or not, they already got in their mind to get rid of you, man. After they extract whatever they want to extract from you, be it knowledge, whatever. They already got their mind made up. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. They already got in their mind that you, as a so-called black person, you see, are never to participate in society. It's like a code amongst the so-called white man, the rest of the humans, that when you say black,
it's like y'all blacklisted. You feel me? It's like when you call yourself black, you automatically identify as a blacklisted motherfucker. Somebody on this blacklist, somebody that's on this list who not to fuck with, who not to elevate, who not to educate, who not to bring to the highest level. You on this blacklist to be told to keep down. Okay, these people on this blacklist, they the blacklist people. So, all right, we know we're supposed to hold these niggas' feet and they motherfucking neck down up under this water. That's what you do when you identify as black. You become a target economically, socially. You become the black bird. You become the black sheep. You become anything stimulating with black has a negative connotation to it. Get rid of that black. Can you do me that favor? Chapter 3 is 3,000, man. That's a bar. He said, can you please stop using black? Do me that favor. It doesn't mean anything. We have a bunch of other titles you can use that has more substance, that has more substance than the word black or oblique. To be without substance. That's what black means. Black means to be without substance, to be without energy, to be without vibration, to be without light. The opposite of melanin is pale. That's what oblique mean. This is what black means. It goes back to these particular words. Black just mean you's a lost nigga. When you come to me and you scream black this, I'm blackity biggity bitty, we biggity bitty 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 black nigga. You know what I'm saying? We biggity bitty 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 black nigga. It don't mean a motherfucking thing, man. It's so negative that when you just stand around somebody and you be like, I'm black, it just rubs everybody the wrong way. It's like, ugh, disgusting, black.
A certain look comes over their face. You see, you catch it all the time. When you say, if you say black to the average Caucasian, Asian, whatever, a certain look comes over their face. You see, and that's because they're all tuned in to look at you so-called black people a certain way. All of them are. They're tuned in to look at you a certain kind of way, to judge you a certain kind of way, to treat you a certain kind of way. That's what it is. And each level of their societies, their governments, their, whatever, they're set up.
The Indians called the white person the Nahula. The Nahula.
It gives them power to enforce that on you so-called black people. It gives them power to enforce their false and artificial identity on you all. And you accept it proudly. You still don't know what's going on. You're still under that program of blackness. You're still wearing the artificial title of black. And that is the biggest thing in raising the minds of our people, breaking that black program off of them. Breaking the black program off of our people and getting them to realize that blackness was just a thing that was put on our people, a title that was put on our people to be known so that other races of people would know that these are the people who are the untouchables. These are the people who we do not elevate in society. These are the people who we blacklist in society, aka black people. You see, it's another way of saying blacklist. You see, that way they don't have to see your face when your name come up. They ain't got to see you. All they got to do is look on the census. Why you think they put African American, Negro, black? Why you think they put that on there? This person white, Caucasian, white. This person such and such and such. Like I said, that's put there to identify you as the untouchables, the ones who are not to be dealt with, the ones who are not to be elevated, the ones who are not to be respected, the ones who are not to be taken seriously, the ones who are not to be trusted. You see, that's why they had to hang that on you. They had to hang that black thing on you, that black identity on you. And a lot of y'all are still falling for this. So where a lot of you have become black mentally as well as physically black. When I say physically black, I mean black in your being. You have become dark in your being. You have become dark and hard toward one another in your being as part of your black programming. They gave you an artificial identity called black. The white man gave you an artificial identity called black. And ever since you've accepted that term, y'all have not been able to elevate under it. And it was not meant for you to elevate under it. It was meant for you Negroes to act like a bunch of slandering, backbiting individuals who can't get along, can't come together to save each other's lives. That's how the white man crafted you to be. That's how he crafted out the image of black people to be. A bunch of uncooperative, childish, immature, self-absorbed people who can't get it together to save their life. Bunch of misfits. That's what he bred. He bred misfits. You see, and this is what you see today. This is why you so-called black men act like a bunch of goddamn little boys. You see, this is why you so-called black women act like a bunch of goddamn little girls. In fact, ain't that what the white man called you when he had you in slavery? Hey, boy. Hey, girl. Oh, black ass, black boy, black girl. You see? Because that was the whole intention, to relabel you as boys and girls, not real men, not real women. just a bunch of creations, bunch of artificial creations, stereotypical creations of the so-called white man. And all you so-called black people, you follow it out to the letter. This is why I don't really like to talk to black people. This is why I don't like to. The average black person is under that artificial black creation program. They're up under that artificial creation of what a black person is. One who strives to be on a level as Caucasian, one who strives to beg and kiss up to the Caucasian people and other races of people, one who is at the bottom of the barrel, one who is deprived of things in society, one who is considered an outcast in the society. Again, that's all part of your black programming. All that is part of your black programming. This is what you have to accept as a so-called black person, that you are not ever going to be elevated in society by the hands of the so-called white man, because when he created black people, when he created the image of black people, you see, what you see today, the stereotypical, silly, simple-minded people, when he created that, it was not meant for you to evolve.
It was never meant for you to evolve. Black, when they attached that to you, they was to stagnate your growth. It was simply to stagnate your growth. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why we here and we on a weird awakening. You feel me? Yeah, a couple people before us dropped the ball, but now we done picked it up and we about to go help them all. You feel me? It's up to us to help the rest. You feel me? Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Drop some fire emojis. Y'all feeling the build. I know they still shadow banning. We got 104 in the chat. Well, share the live stream, hit the like button, and drop some fire emojis in the chat, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.
And they got black gate.
I will be dropping the link here in a second so we can have an open panel discussion. Let's go.
Keepers in place to keep the chaos and confusion going, to keep this program, this black program, heavily over our people. You see, this is a program, what you call a race, what you think is a race, an identity, some sort of heritage or whatever, or history, is nothing but a creation of the so-called white man. The so-called white man created black people. So-called white man created black people. Specifically, your so-called Zionists. Your Zionist Jews are responsible for the creation of the image of the black man and black woman. They're responsible for it, just like they're responsible for the creation of the so-called white man or Caucasian. You know how you know that to be true? Remember I told you what was the biggest thing and where they show so-called black people, the so-called image of black people in the 30s and the 40s and all this stuff in movies. Who control the movie industry? It's so-called Zionist Jews control the movie industry. And they're the ones that are responsible for showing that image of black people, that stereotypical coon, Sambo, simple-minded image. They're also responsible today for promoting the image of black people and in the music business and all that. You see, they're responsible for writing a lot of this, writing all of the characters of so-called black people in motion pictures. They write all. They didn't want to hire no black people, so-called black people, because you might broach the stereotype. You might broach the stereotype that they're trying to convey in the minds of the people. They don't want nobody to break the stereotype. They don't want nobody to break the programming. That's why you so-called black writers out there, for a lot of times, who write, even in these black TV shows, a lot of you niggas don't write for no black TV show. They got some Caucasian Jew writing for the TV show. He's writing out black characters. He's writing out white characters. He's writing out and getting, basically, he's responsible for how your image, someone who don't even look like you, he's responsible for your image and how it is perceived throughout the world. They're responsible for that. This is real talk. This ain't about no hating nobody or blaming nobody. I'm telling you what it factually is. The whole term of black people was nothing but an artificial creation by the so-called white man, so-called Caucasian Jews, Zionists. They're the ones who wrote that, the image of the so-called black man this way. They're the one that produced this image of what black people are. And they were the ones who were behind the whole black consciousness thing, the whole Pan-African thing. They behind all that. They behind a lot of these Negroes with these dashikis, and all of a sudden you love Mama Africa and all that BS. Why? To divert us away from who we truly are as the Mesoamerican, to divert us away from where our true land is, which is here in America. to divert us away, even though the whole planet belongs to us. But like I said, our true homeland is America, not Africa. Those of us who are born here. This is our true homeland. Okay? So they had to create so-called a black image to replace our real image. They had to create a black image to produce our real image. In other words, they had to cover up our real heritage, our real identity with black, with blackness, with African American, with Negro. They had to cover us up with that. They had to throw black paint on our people. They had to throw artificial black paint on our people. They painted us with this black false identity. And a lot of you have accepted it. Again, you got to ask yourself, if a people are willing to go out of their way, nobody has ever had this done to them. If you got people who are willing to go out of their way to hide another race of people's identity, to totally blacken their identity to where we just gonna call them black people. We ain't gonna call them blacklisted people. What's the best way to keep an eye on these Negroes and control what they're doing? What's the best way to keep an eye on these people, these natives here? We're just gonna call them black people. We'll just make reference to them or consider them black people. We'll label them as black people, the untouchables. The untouchables. They're going to be the low-level people in this new setup that we got going as white people.
We the untouchables, bro. Like some niggas that they don't want to fuck with.
They're going to be the bottom of the barrel. We're going to turn the natives into savages. We're going to promote the natives as savages. We're going to promote the natives as stupid. We're going to promote them as being African. We ain't going to say that they came from here. We're not going to tell them the truth that they actually come from the first civilization builders on Earth, and that their civilization are none of the greatest civilizations on Earth, and that all civilizations today copies from them. We're not going to tell them that, because that would elevate their way of thinking about themselves. That would elevate their way of thinking. If their thinking is elevated about themselves, then it's hard for us to control these people. It's hard. Why do you think they didn't want our people reading? Why do you think they didn't want us setting up when we started getting higher education? We can't have a medical school and we can't have a law school. We can't practice law or medicine. Look that up. You think I'm joking? Why would you put so many barriers in the way of a people who you think are inferior? Why would you put barriers in the way of people who you claim are inferior? If they are inferior, you shouldn't worry about whether they become doctors or lawyers or things like that. You shouldn't worry about that. Now, should you? They're going to fail anyway because they're mentally inferior, according to you. Ain't that right? So why they put all these barriers in the way? Answer, because they were afraid that you will excel. And in a place where they're trying to reestablish themselves after coming from Europe as filthy, dirty, stinking people, they have to come here as Caucasians. They have to come and they want to renew themselves as Germans. You know, they want to come away from Germany, France, England, Poland, Russia, wherever they come from, and they want to be white people here. They can't have something like the natives, a little thing like the natives, and their heritage here be standing up as American. You can't be seen as the American. They're trying to take your terminology of American. You can't be seen American. They want to be the Americans. They want to take your image. So they got to tell you something else. You ain't American. You ain't Mesoamerican. You black people from Africa. You Negroes from Africa. Let me take a call. 646. We're going to want to look more into the native people of America, the people who was here before the white man. Like I said, if the white man, but keep your eye on the so-called white man. He might have a trick up his sleeve. Yeah, he might turn around. He's going to probably try and eventually turn around and tell you that the Mesoamericans, the Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Inca, the Maya are Caucasians. They're really Caucasian and Asian mix. They're going to try and pull that after a while, because now they see the copper-colored people who are spoken of in the 1828 Merriam-Webster Dictionary as the real Americans. They didn't, again, they said that is a title that belongs to the real Americans, the copper-colored races that were here. That's not talking about Mongoloid Indians. That's not talking about Mongoloid Indians, because, again, they don't have a copper-colored skin. We do. The white man forced you to think of your skin as black. He put it so far, ingrained it so much in our head, and you had a lot of black-ass Negro collaborators black boule coon Pan-African ass people helping him. You see, pushing this black nonsense on us. They had a lot of black co-conspirators that were working in unison, and they still around today. They still around today as your Pan-Africanist, boule. A lot of these Negroes
by way of Sonettas, Rodborns, Unk from the Amon Ra squads, by way of Dagger squads. You feel me? By way of Phoenix Moons and shit like that. You feel me?
Pushing this black thing, still pushing this Pan-African thing, still pushing this black thing. They down with it, man. They down with it. A lot of these people still pushing this Pan-African and this African narrative and this black narrative to the Mesoamerican people, the copper-colored people of this land, the true people, mound builders, the first society builders all over this planet, but especially here in America, where everybody copied from us, even down to the Iroquois, where they say the so-called white man got the setup of government set up from the Iroquois Nation. The Iroquois Nation and all those so-called Indian tribes are nothing but a bunch of watered down versions of the Mesoamerican people. I told you all that Native American stuff is nothing but watered down Mesoamerican culture and heritage, from the feathers in the hair to the skins and all that other stuff. That's bronze people. That's copper colored people. You see, that's the bronze people, the copper colored people who are falsely being called black, because upon looking at our people, the very first thing you do not see is black. When looking at our people, you do not see black. When looking at our people, you see exactly what we are. We are those reddish bronze, copper colored people. Whether we light skin, dark skin, bronze skin, in the middle brown, like I said, you see that. You see different shades of copper. You see different shades of copper complexion people. You don't see black people. Our skin is not black. There is no black people. And now, if you see somebody who burnt the hell up, suntanned and burnt up, like a lot of tribal Africans who have that black color to them, because really there's sunburn on them. A lot of them guys, a lot of these tribal Africans, they don't really absorb sunlight. A lot of them burn like how the white man burns. Remember I told you how the white man burns? He burns red. Tribal Africans burn black. You see, but when we are able to absorb the sun's rays, we get a rich reddish bronze tan. We don't burn black. I don't sit out in the sun all the time and whatnot. And both sides get is a reddish bronze, a dark reddish bronze thing, which actually comes off beautiful. Those of us, you lighter skinned people, got that mustard colored bronze skin. You take on a very beautiful golden tan as well. And the darker ones, the darker bronze people and whatnot, they take on a rich dark hue, almost reddish dark hue. You see, we take on those different things because we absorb the sun. The only black people, like I said, you see is the so-called tribal Africans who burn black, because they're not ones who absorb sun like that. Those are only black people you talk about. We don't look like those people. Those are not our direct descendants. They're not our people. They have a relation to us because they have the almond genetic in us, but they're no more related to us than you so-called white people are. The so-called Africans, the so-called real Africans, the tribal black Africans, they are not related to us. I say they are distant relatives of us, but they're not connected to us. They're not connected to us closely by blood. But like I said, they are as connected. It's like how you say that 15th and 16th cousin and whatnot. You might well say they ain't even no blood relation, man. They just about as connected to us as you so-called white people are. Fact. Y'all ain't connected to us. You Spanish, you Latinos, all you Latino.
Hey, everybody in the chat that's building and want to build me, I am going to drop the link so y'all going to have an opportunity to come on the panel and bring your information up here. This is a free smoke. This is an open panel. This is the Wake and Bake, man. So, hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Peace and love. It's your brother, Aboriginal Power, a.k.a. Copper Grizzly. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Hey, and the regulars, you already know, man. Hit the like button and drop some fire emojis in the chat. Let's continue.
Next, you ain't connected to us, man. Unless it's the bronze ones. You ain't connected to us. Like I said, we have a certain look, and we need to stop trying to incorporate everybody into how we are and how we look and stuff like that. You see? We need to stop that. We need to stop including everybody in on how we look and trying to make everybody what we are. Because see, everybody want to be with us once we discover who we are, once we discover what our rich heritage. That's why I say we going on as the Mesoamericans and whatnot, as the Mentalian Mesoamerican, we going forward with that because, as I said, everybody wants to be us. And now you see us starting to stand for our Mesoamerican heritage. Watch, you're going to start to see all these people come out the woodwork, especially Latinxes, because they want to keep us in the black zone. They want to keep us as black people. You see, they want to keep us under that false identity. But see how this message goes out, and as many people as is waking up. Like I said, that artificial false black identity is starting to be shattered. Even Honorable Elijah Muhammad was referring to us as the so-called black man. He referred to us as the so-called black man, the so-called black woman. You see, because physically, aesthetically, we not even, like I said, aesthetically, we not black people. Like I said, the so-called white man was trying to put them. Remember I said he kept trying to do that in television, how he went in black and white. They would make our people extra dark on film. They put dark makeup on and put white powder on their face because they wanted to contrast the black and white. But then when color came along, you seen how our people really look. You seen the rich reddish bronze tan to our people. You seen that. Everybody knows upon seeing our people, physically seeing our people, upon physically seeing our people, you see, they're gonna say, "Oh, that's those copper-colored people. Those copper-colored people. That's who they are." Upon seeing our people, they're gonna think copper-colored. If you don't tell it, if you don't say, if they ain't been brain stained into saying, "Oh, those are black people," when you see our people, the very first thing you're gonna go, "Oh, those bronze skin people, those brown skin." Most you might say, less you might say brown skin. But that's not even brown because, again, brown is your Mexicans. Brown is your East Indians. Those are brown people. We're not brown people. We don't look like them. We are bronze people, copper-colored people. That's why they had the copper color. That's why they put Lincoln's head on the copper penny and they put his head backwards from the other presidents because he supposedly freed the so-called slaves, the Mesoamericans, because they were really pissed off at Lincoln for freeing the real.
That's not true, but we'll get to some shit later on.
Native Americans out of bondage.
I don't agree with everything that this man says.
They were pissed off when Lincoln freed the real Native Americans, the Mesoamericans out of bondage, because they needed us to build their society because we are the first civilization builders. So if you are a descendant of the first civilization builders, then guess what? If you are a descendant of the first civilization builders, then guess who you're going to get to build your civilizations when you come here? You're going to get the people who are still here, who are building, who are doing the things they were doing. That was our people. Remember I told you back with George Washington, he had damn carpenters, seamstresses, and all this stuff.
East Indians are has the demographic of the darkest people in the world, even darker than people in Africa. So East Indians has the darkest people demographically on the planet.
They was not talking about no damn.
So when you go look at the Jara, that's considered an Indian, the East Indian or Asian descent. When you go look at the people of New Centuries Island, these people are considered Asian or East Indian as well.
Cotton pickers. They were talking about skilled people. He had blacksmiths. He had carpenters. He had seamstresses who were bronze people. Now, where did he get these people from? Where did he acquire these people from? This was forced labor for people who are natives here in this land, who they took by gunpoint and forced them into slavery. That's what this is. You see, that's how slavery really got started. They didn't bring no tribal Africans over here. Again, how you know that's not true? Because why would you bring a bunch of unskilled people here to pick fucking cotton? Excuse my language. But just the whole...
Shout out to Not a Coincidence for the Cash Out donation. He said, for the haters in the chat. I appreciate the Cash Out donation. Not a coincidence. I do. I appreciate all the support from everybody, man. Hey, y'all support the channel, man. Y'all support the channel, man. If y'all want to support the channel, the link at the bottom right of the screen. Don't let Not a Coincidence be the only one support Big Aboriginal Power channel. Don't let not a coincidence be the only one, y'all. Y'all support the channel.
Idea of what
Hit the
they've
like
been
button,
telling
share
us.
it on all your social
You have to
media
be
outlets.
damn brain dead to believe the whole transatlantic slave trade. You got to be goddamn brain dead. Why would you get a bunch of people who can't speak English to come over here, who want to fight you, who ain't got no goddamn skills? Why would you get these people to come over here and trust these people not to cut your goddamn throat or kill you? They ain't got nothing to lose. Why would you get those people to come over here and be slaves? Do that even make sense?
Nope.
Think about that. They got no skills. They can't speak English. Why would you get these people to come over here and work? When you got all these people here who don't got no guns, who have no weapons, who is a bunch of them who know how to build, and they know how to build stuff, they know how to sew, they know how to cook, they know how to do all this stuff. They got all these skills. Who you want to enslave? Who you going to enslave? You tell me, who would you enslave? Hell, they're the white man tried bringing them tribal Africans over here, and you know what happened to him when he tried that? Homicide. And it was more than a few homicides before they said, the hell with this. You see? The hell with this. They had a few homicides and whatnot where them Africans flipped the hell out, and they stopped bringing them here. They cut that out. You see? You gonna bring people over here and just to pick cotton? They can't do nothing else. To pick up stuff and be strong backs and all that, you got to be able to speak their language. They ain't knowing what you're talking about. How do you get those people to work? How they don't even understand English? Please tell me. I want all you, because this is going on YouTube. I want you so-called pro-black Pan-Africans who believe that you came over here on slave ships and cargo slave ships from Africa, and that you were descendants from African whatever, that chiefs or African tribes or whatever. Please tell me. How did they get y'all asses over here not knowing how to speak English to just pick cotton? How did they get you to do work? How did you work? There was a language barrier. How did they work? Please tell me how this makes sense. Please tell me logically. Why would you take people who don't even speak the language? How are you going to make them work? I don't care how long you beat them, how long you torture them. They don't understand you. They don't understand you. You're going to kill a whole bunch of them before you got them to do anything. And you did all that just to teach them to pick cotton? Stop it. And you know damn well ain't no white man taught us no skills. They didn't want to teach you how to read. So how the hell they going to teach you how to do some carpentry or some woodworking or any of this other stuff that the people do? Skilled labor. You see, that is passed down from parents to parents. That's like apprenticeship. When you learn stuff like that, again, that's what our people had going here. We had apprenticeships going here from father to son, where people learn how to do carpentry and what they building houses and whatnot. Where did Africans learn how to do that at? Where did Africans learn how to do that from? They look at how they live. Do they come from builders? Do the so-called tribal Africans look like they know how to build anything?
Damn, that's a hell of a question.
You know, the white man, how he gonna teach them anything? He can't even speak their language. Think about this. Think about it. Our people learn English and whatnot because these Caucasians all around, coming around them, and they learn how to speak like them. They learn how to speak like them. You got these people coming in here for hundreds of years and whatnot, started coming here after we was here, and they start living around here and stuff. Next thing you know, you starting to speak like them. That's how we got English, because they was coming here.
That's not true, but he's almost true. He ain't looked into it. He almost there, but he going in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Drop some fire emojis. Drop them fire emojis. And let me say shout out Mound City Mellow. Shout out Mound City Mellow for the Cash App donation as well. Shout out Mound City Mellow.
You see? But they made sure that they were not going to empower the natives. They were not going to empower the natives. So they had to make sure that they put a system in place where they would always know who the natives were. That's what.
Appreciate that donation, by the way, too, brother Mound City Mellow. I appreciate that.
Your black people came from. That's where your black people came from. I want you so-called Pan-Africanist historians to pay attention, because a lot of you guys, you claim to be so knowledgeable. You mean to tell me y'all don't know this? Or maybe you niggas know this and you trying not to reveal this to the people, how we really became black people here in this society, that this wasn't something by chance. This is not a name we chose for ourselves. This is not an identity we chose for ourselves. We became black people because of the Caucasians. They made you black people. They created your image. They created your likeness. They created the image of a dumb, simple ass coon that's bucking their eyes and putting their head down and acting like they created your image. They created your likeness. They created the image of a dumb, simple ass coon that's bucking their eyes and putting their head down and acting dumb, simple ass coon that's bucking their eyes and putting their head down and acting a dumb, simple ass coon that's bucking their eyes and putting their head down and acting like they cowardly around Caucasian people. To the point, and they showed it in movies. They created this artificial image of this so-called this black race that they were creating. They wanted to make the Mesoamerican people into black people, into a bunch of blacklisted, simple-minded, low-level people. That's what they did to you. That's how they created the black race, the artificial black race. And you still got these people up here calling themselves black people. You sound like damn fools in 2021 if you ain't figured this out yet. You sound like a bunch of goddamn fools. You sound like fools if you ain't figured this out yet. But see, again, this is part of the evolution right here. See, because the true elect, the 144,000, is being raised in the same time. Only we're going to take it like this. Only we're going to give it like this. Raise it up like this. Only we're going to move this like this as it is. The real knowledge to our people. The bright race, the copper-colored race, the almond race. You see? And like I said, some of y'all have accepted that you are black people, and thus you have wrapped your mind around it, and that shows you who will not be raised up. Those who are not of almond, those who are in a state of blackness, that shows you those who will not be raised up. Those who are going to be considered mentally dead.
Shout out to the brother King Yee. He going in right now. The brother going in on this motherfucking thing. But shout out to King Yee for the Cash App donation as well. We really appreciate all the support, man. Shout out to the brother King Yee. King Yee. Yeah, I like that name, bro. King Yee, man. Shout out to that brother in the support, man. Hey, everybody hit the like button. Support the channel. Hey, the best way I feel like you can support the channel by any means is hitting the like button and sharing this on all your social media outlets. Appreciate the ones that sending out the donations. We appreciate that over here at Big Aboriginal Power Channel, man. Hey, this brother going in, I agree with almost 90% of what he's saying. For real, I agree with 90% of what he's saying. Y'all drop some fire emojis and share the live stream.
Those who are not of almond, those who are in a state of blackness, that shows you those who will not be raised up. Those who are going to be considered mentally dead in this future world to come. The ones who are going to be considered blacklisted, persona non grata, that's the majority of you so-called black people. Y'all see, you Negroes are black. Y'all blacked out of the fourth dimension, man. Y'all redacted. Hell, y'all niggas blacked out of the third dimension. But the hell with the fourth dimension, you niggas blacked out of the third dimension. You are firmly, they created a place firmly for you within the two-dimensional realm as possessions. Possessions, just like the elements, possessions to be utilized, to be used, abused, and whatever. And that's what Caucasians still treat you niggas like today. They still treat you like possessions. They still treat you like slaves. They still treat you like black people because that's what black equals. Black equals slaves. Black equals a servitude. Black equals simple-minded. Black equals bottom of the barrel. That's what they came up with, and that was their mindset when they created the artificial black race and made you all become a part of it. But God damn it, we left it a long time ago. We left. And don't say, oh, how'd you go? Where you went? How you left, brother? We left mentally. That's the most important part. We left mentally. While y'all still live mentally as black people, as Negroes, as African Americans, you're still there. As much as you might hear this deal that I ain't black then, yes, you are.
Shout out to LSD 773.
Your mentality dictates that you're still black people. Your inability or willingness to be a part of the evolution of our people, to come apart and be a part of the evolution. You still sitting around here worrying about, well, why I gotta pay $144? Why we gotta spend money to be?
Hey, Mount City Mellow, you correct, bro. This is Denzel Washington. I ain't want to give y'all the clip, but damn, you already took it. But yeah, this Denzel Washington dropping that sign.
Part of this thing. Why we got to support? Why we just can't have it for free, black ass niggas? The beast raised a bunch of black ass niggas who talk like that. And Amin don't want no black ass niggas. You go and be the white man's black ass niggas. Like you've been doing. His bed wenches, bucks, his black ass coons, his boule. He could have you coons. His boule. He could have coons. His boule. He could have you all for the price of nothing. We'll be right back. Everything about black people is phony. All the images that you see, you know, of our people being lazy, of our people being criminal, of our people being submental. Like I said, you got a lot of programmed so-called black people who are taking on those attributes right now because they're programmed by their image. They're programmed by the revision of the Mesoamerican people in the eyes of the white man. See, the revision of the proud Mesoamerican people, the descendants of the Olmecs, the Aztec, the Inca, the Mayan, the Toltecs, and many more. See, the descendants of those people are now shown as a bunch of slick, coon-ass Negroes who trying to hustle and get over and trying to be late and just being lazy and always wanting, got their hand out and want to keep up with the white man and want to, you know, run behind them and kiss their ass. And just a bunch of lowly people. We came from a supreme people on the highest level, on the highest totem pole, to a lowly, downtrodden, low-level people. You see, as black people. Because that's where we fell off. We fell off as black people. We fell off. See, when we were the Mesoamericans, when we were in contact with our Native American ancestry, when we were in contact, and I'm not talking about no American Indian, I want you to get, when I say Native American, I want you to get that vision of the so-called Mongoloid Indians out of your mind. Get that vision of them out of your mind. They are not the Native Americans. They mixed in with our people. They mixed in with our people who already had that heritage and culture here. They mixed in with our people. These people crossed the Bering Straits. They are Asians, Mongoloids. They are Mongoloid Asians. They are not no Native Americans. I don't care how much the so-called white man tries to promote them as that. Their origin and their heritage and history is back in China and Asia. That's where their heritage come from. And you East Indians, like I said, who came over calling yourself Mexicans and eventually got in there and mixed in with them people, your heritage could be found in India. You Mexicans, you find your heritage in India. You so-called American Indians, your heritage can be found in Asia. You are Asiatic people. You are not Native Americans. You are not native to this land. You crossed the Bering Straits. That's how you got over here. And our people were here when you crossed it. Our people taught you their heritage and their culture and their traditions and everything. And you took it, sucked it up, mixed your seed in with our people. And then when it came time, when the white man came here, a lot of you turned on our people. You goddamn, you red Indians, you see, which is really a mixture of our genetic material and the so-called East Indian genetic material. That's where a lot of you red Indians come from. You so-called red Indians. Brown Indians, I'll say. Y'all come out of us. And the lighter you got, the more you mix your seed out, you started acting like the so-called white man. A lot of you, and you still do to this day. The white man, you start letting him marry amongst your women. You see, you start letting him mix his seed amongst your women and your people. You see, next thing you know, he dominating your people because he never had no problem mixing his seed with you. But like I said, because they used a lot of you so-called Native Americans to help capture our people and put our people in bondage. They used you to capture the real Native Americans, to take hold of the real Native Americans. See, because y'all felt that grudge because y'all know deep down inside, you so-called Mongoloid Indians who passing yourself off as Native Americans, you Mongoloid American Indians, like I said, you know y'all a bunch of natives here too. Y'all know y'all heritage and history. You know your heritage and history as those Asians who crossed the Bering Straits. You know your heritage and history. And you are just as much as an outsider as a so-called white man when it comes to this land. You are just as much immigrants to this land as the white man. You were the first immigrants here, you Mongoloid Indians. And our people accepted you amongst our tribes, amongst our community, amongst our covenant. We accepted you. Some of our people did. I told you that picture in the war when they showed you the so-called Mongoloid Indians coming and the bronze copper-colored people at that time, the men who were the law, they had them people locked, they had them people tied up, their hands tied up and bound and whatnot, and they were taking them hostage and whatnot, taking them captive, because these people are 9 times out of 10 a bunch of lawbreakers coming into society. You see, that was all on the walls of the ancient world when our people were in charge of this in this land, in this society, but they don't want you to know that. You see, we had the first police forces set up here. We had the first police forces up here, which you would call police force. We had the people who were sanctioned and designated to keep the peace and keep the law and keep the invaders out. That was our men that was doing that. Now you so-called black men, we were men of law and order. The Mesoamerican men were men of law and order. Now they revise you into black men, and now they say, oh, these black men, they're about criminal behavior. They're criminals. You see, the white man got the nerve to call somebody a criminal. He'll sit up here and go, you niggas love to steal. Well, everything he got, he stole. Everything. Physically, he took by force. But then he told you niggas ain't number thieves. He's sitting here on stolen land, calling somebody a thief. Talk about a goddamn hypocrite. And you so-called black people who have accepted this black nonsense, you aid him in his degeneracy and his delusional behavior and his delusional mind by keep accepting that you're black people. You aid him in his delusional behavior. You keep the caveman believing that he's a real man, that he's a real man, that he's a real American. He's not even a man, much less an American. He ain't nothing but a cave beast that crawled out the damn water and was civilized by our people. You see that? These humans are nothing but animals, man, on 2 legs. But a lot of you Negroes don't forgot that. These humans are nothing but animals on 2 legs. That was our creation, and we've been paying since we created them. Ever since we've been paying for our misdeeds in creating these humans. We've been paying for it ever since. We've been paying for it with our blood, with our life, everything. We've been paying for these humans and their appearance upon the earth. But now we're learning our lessons, see, because we're waking up to this. But a lot of you so-called black people are still in the dark, just by the mere fact that you calling yourself black, but their appearance upon the earth. But now we're learning our lessons, see, because we're waking up to this. But a lot of you so-called black people are still in the dark, just by the mere fact that you calling yourself black people. How do you hear this? Black people are still in the dark, just by the mere fact that you calling yourself black people. How do you call black people are still in the dark, just by the mere fact that you calling yourself black people? How do you hear this message and still want to be referred to as black people after this? This is why the so-called white man, he don't really want this message to get out, because one of the biggest things he has to keep control over you is that he still treats you like black people, people in darkness, people who are blacklisted, people who he knows wants to be a part of this society, wants to be equal and wants to be not treated like an outcast, not to be treated like a black person. Now you got a lot of people who desire that, not to be treated like a black person. So they figure, oh, I want to be treated like a white person. I want to be given the same treatment, the same privileges as a Caucasian person, as a white person. I don't want to be seen as a black person. And hey, it's not wrong to think that way. It's not wrong. All you saying is you want to be treated better than what they've designated for you to be treated as a so-called black person. You don't want to be treated as or designated as a so-called black person because they created that terminology of black people, that idea of black people, because they were going to mistreat you, because they made it okay when they say black male. That's code word to these Caucasians for, okay, you do whatever y'all want on this nigga. Beat his ass, shoot him, kill him, do whatever you want. Because they want to get rid of the natives anyway. I told you that's how the white man does. He wants to get rid of the natives so that he can take what you have. That's what he lives to do. He lives to erase you off the planet. See, because you made a deep impression in this planet long before he was even thought about, long before he was even created, long before he came out of the caves of Europe, out of the Caucasus Mountains. You created an impression on the planet. You started civilization going forward. So now they want to replace you. They want to replace you as the progenitors of civilization. That's why, like I said, the white man gave it some time. He made sure he put a little bit of space and time between. Now he's starting to retell the whole account of the Sumerians and the Egyptians. Now all of a sudden they're getting lighter and lighter and lighter till they're gonna be white. They're gonna be looking like damn Brad Pitt soon. You see, Tutankhamun gonna be looking like Brad Pitt. You see, the Mesoamericans gonna be looking like they damn Romans and Asians mixed. And again, they're gonna keep telling you the next science is you niggas, y'all really come from monkeys.
Right.
You see, you come from monkeys. They came from extraterrestrials. That's the new thing they're gonna do. They came from extraterrestrials, and they are, because at first they was trying to link themselves with you, but that story didn't work. So now the next story is they really come from a race of white extraterrestrials. That's how they're in charge, and that's why they in rule shit. You niggas come from monkeys and gorillas that the extraterrestrials messed up with. And just watch, this is going to be something along the lines of new theory of evolution and creation and how people got here. Watch, that's what's going to be with you. Because they can just make up anything and tell you anything. Because you as black people believe anything. They've proven that you so-called black people are gullible, simple-minded, and stupid. And now what happens? You produce a bunch of gullible, simple-minded, and stupid people. You see? You produce that now. They basically cast that image out of you. They cast out that image of you, and now you so-called black people perpetuate it. You perpetuate that. You see, you look at your rappers. Look at your rappers. Look at your so-called celebrities and athletes. You see, look at your so-called black and public officials. They all like your damn Al Sharpton, this coon-ass Negro up there dancing and whatnot, dancing a jig. He ain't never did that before. Now all of a sudden this nigga dancing like a damn plantation slave. You see? He up here dancing and shaking his ass like a plantation slave, making a fool out of himself. With the head of a grown person in the body of a child, making a damn fool out of himself. With the head of a grown person in the body of a child, making a damn fool. With the head of a grown person in the body of a child, making a damn fool out of himself. But the white man, he gonna make all his pawns make fools of themselves and whatnot, just to keep the status quo going, just to let you know you niggas are still clowns.
This is not a Sir the Ducateurs.
Clowns, man. Just to keep
Shout
you niggas in that stereotypical role, because you always ready to bust a move, you always ready to start dancing, start shaking your ass, acting like a bunch of Sambos and coons. Always trying to make white people relax. You see, relaxing your head, trying to look like them, laughing at their stupid ass jokes, trying to make them feel comfortable, like the coon ass Negroes you are. Like the coon ass Negroes you are. You see, like the coon ass Negroes you are. You see, that's your mentality. So so it don't surprise me. Like I said, the so-called white man, he got enough money. He got enough airtime on television and movies and things like that, books and music to promote an image. That's how he casts his image of people. You see, that's how he casts his image. And when he started off casting your image, you was a bunch of dumb darkies, a bunch of dumbass darkies who was running around trying to create a bunch of slow dumbass darkies that was sitting around and picking cotton and eating watermelon, while the superior white man had to basically civilize you Negroes. This is the story that he wants to tell. This is the story he wants to tell.
Yeah, this that new movie. This Denzel Washington, Equalizer 3. You know what I mean? Equalizer 3. Exposing the blackness.
You see? And a lot of you Negroes, you agree with it. A lot of you have bought into it. A lot of you really are black now. Mentally, you are black. You have bought into the artificial identification that the white man is giving to you. You bought into this black thing. It's a strong and heavy program. It is a strong and heavy program that you have bought into. You see? And they still buying into this. They still buying into this whole black thing, this whole African American thing, this whole Negro thing, this whole human thing. You see, they still buying into it. And the white man told a little bit of the truth when he said that black people are not part of the human race. Now remember he said we ain't really human, we 3/5 of human, some nonsense. Basically he was saying we're not part of the human race. See,
Nigga, this is the movie Live that you watch.
that's just him admitting it in bits and pieces that we not what they are. But you know they always gotta degrade it and they gotta be like, oh well, y'all not really human, y'all like 3/5, y'all consider like an animal or some dumb shit they said. You see? But wait a minute, the white man worships animals. He worships animals. You see? So they already told you that you're not what they are. They already told you, and they've let you know, like I said, they good at hiding it, that they are inferior to you. They're really inferior to you.
This the Denzel from Bone Collectors. For real.
See themselves as inferior. You know how? Because anytime you have to stop people from competing, anytime you got to stop people, you got to make sure you throw roadblocks in the way of people, and you got people who you favor over others. You taking tax money from our people to give to other people, but you won't give our people any money, their own tax money to build anything. Like I said, that just goes to show you that you are focused on keeping a certain people at the bottom because you're afraid what will happen if they raise above that. They're going to outdo you. They know that they're going to outdo you. And that's not how you keep the racial status quo. You can't have the people who are designated to be at the bottom, the black people, the people who have been blacklisted.
It's not a Sir the Duke of Tears, a Sir my brother, and I probably would have had him come on live. You know, he like to show his face, his drip and shit. But nah, this ain't the brother of Sir. Shout out to the Sir.
Society, the natives, the Mesoamericans, because we trying to be the white man trying to be the face of America. He don't want you Negroes to be the face of America. He want to be the face of America. He wants to be the face. He don't want you being the face of America. So what did he do? He has to create a whole other identity for you. He had to create a whole other identity for you, a black identity. He had to create a black identity crisis in you Negroes, man. He created a black identity crisis. See, because you didn't know what being black was until a so-called white man told you what.
Hey, man, hey. Hit that motherfucking like button, man. Hey, I'm lighting up this second wood. We about to get ready to drop the link in the chat to get to the open panel, man. This is the Wake and Bake, man. You all watching Big Aboriginal Power, a.k.a. Aboriginal Power, man. A.k.a. Copper Grizzly, a.k.a. the voice of the streets, man. Hit the like button. Drop some fire emojis in the channel. If y'all want to support the channel, the link's at the bottom right of the screen. The tag name, let's go.
Being black is, you're supposed to talk like this as a black person. You're supposed to speak in Ebonics. You're supposed to be about some shucking and jiving and all that bullshit, that the white man write for you, all that cooning and sambo and kissing white people's ass. Like what you Negroes basically watch and do now. But that wasn't us before. That wasn't us in the past. That wasn't us in the ancient world. How we used to do these humans, who we really are. You see, the reality of that is coming forward again. The reality of who we are and that empowerment that we're going to need to come forward in these last days and these next days to come. Like I said, the people are being lined up. The people are being brought into alignment. And those of you who still want to play your black role, you still want to play your coon role, you still want to play your sambo role, those of you who still want to do that, more power to you. Good luck to you. Because you got a whole lot of black Negroes that want to pull you down into the pit. You got a whole bunch of black ass Negroes, project ass niggas, project ass niggas, state to state, low life, dirty niggas from state to state. They want to keep you in darkness, keep you in blackness. They don't want to see us rise because they've committed to a life of being nothing. Like the white man predicted you would be. Once he made you black people, you committed to a life of nothingness. You don't want to see your people come up. You want to pull around the women you with. You don't want them standing up for our people, stand up for the evolution of our people. So you niggas are enemies to our people. The so-called black race are enemies to the evolution of our people, man. The first enemy you got to mark off is the so-called black race, man. When you start asking about who stands in the way or who wants to stand in the way of the evolution of our people, as the almond race, as the Mesoamericans, as the bright race, put the black race up there first. Put the black race, the white man's created niggas up there first. Put his artificial coons up there, his artificial black Negroes, his programmed Negroes up there first. Because see, he's gonna use them first to come at us. And then if all else fails, then he'll come out and show you, he'll come out and attack you and show you what he really about. Once you start waking up too much. Once you no longer sleep, once you come out of that whole mindset of blackness. Once you come out of that dark mentality. That black mentality. We'll be right back. Let me tell you something. I blame you so-called black people as being complicit in this creation, this false creation of this artificial black race. The black race is full of nothing but stereotypes. The black race is nothing but a mentally programmed, designated loser race. That's what the black race is. And that's what the intention was, to produce a people who are mentally weak, mentally slow, mentally unaware, mentally impotent, to let other people decide what your destiny is, to let other people decide what your fate is, to let other people tell you and dictate to you what you have to be or what you're supposed to be. Like I said, the white man right now is already changing the image of black people right now. I told you all it takes is a fistful of dollars. He's already about to promote the so-called black man as the face of homosexuality in the 21st century and beyond. He's promoting the so-called black man as the face of homosexuality. You see, you look up a lot of these commercials about homosexuals and guys getting some who got AIDS with getting some HIV medication and whatnot. You see some moist ass black nigga, some moist Negro, some gay ass Negro. So they already rewriting the gay narrative. They gonna make it soon seem like the black man is inherently gay. Black men are really gay, and white men are masculine and manly, and that's who you should procreate with. So he can scoop it up and take your black woman. You see, so the Asian could come.
And look, and that's what they promote on a lot of these commercials, man. Interracial marriages and shit, gay marriages and trannies and queers and all kind of shit like this that they are inquiring. And we like, damn, that's some bullshit. They don't never show the strong black man and woman to get no more. That's like taboo. You feel what I'm saying? Like to the point where it's became a social indoctrinated factor into our people's minds that now they're going out trying to mimic the commercials.
Copy you, and they're going to try to copy, as y'all say, y'all swag and everything else, because they're trying to replace you. They're trying to replace you so-called black men. You see? They already replaced you when they told you that the Asians were the Mesoamericans. And y'all not the Native Americans. These Mongoloid Indians over here.
Right. And y'all niggas shut the fuck up. And then y'all started trying to act like them. Get the fuck out of here. These Asians are enslaved Asians that came here some time ago. The first invaders. I've been telling y'all, we the first Americans dealing with the first invaders. This is why it's confusing to you niggas.
If we're going to say they're the Native Americans, y'all going to be African-American black Negroes. You're going to be a bunch of African-American.
Hey, if y'all trying to get on the panel and come build, drop some fire emojis, man. Just for the people that want to get in the panel and come build. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. If y'all want to get on, drop the fire emojis. Come build, man. We get all topics welcome.
American black Negroes. And that's what they've done. They turned you into a bunch of African-American black Negroes who sit around waiting to see what white people think, who sit around waiting to get white people's opinion about everything before you could think. You see, you niggas can't even fart straight without permission from the white man. You can't do anything without the permission of the beast. You care what he think about you. He say you ain't attractive or he don't really like you. You niggas get a hair trigger. Oh, why you denying us? Why you ain't giving us all right? Why you don't like us? Why? Just because I'm black? Don't judge me because of my black skin, nigga. Your skin is not black. They got you believing. They got you looking at your copper colored skin and calling yourself black people. That's how deep the programming is. That's how deep the programming is. You see? That's sad. That's pathetic. You care about what they think. You care about what a bunch of dirty cave people think. People that was in their country living in poverty. You see, they come over here and start to live off the land, off our people, and take us off our land and force us in.
And they make you feel like you ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying? They come over here from these sardine cans, not doing shit. You feel what I'm saying? And all that other shit. You know what I mean? But you can't even come over here and be honest to who you are. Y'all niggas was living like peasants. You know what I mean? Living like peasants in like a sardine can, like a billion sardine can put together to try to make a little shack out of. Or some of you motherfuckers come from out of a born in the backyard of the Netherlands. Like, come on, man. Dismiss me with that bullshit. When we got the inventors of the fashion, we got the drip masters, the architect builders, nigga, the ones who really used to bathe in hot water and soap suds and shit. Shit y'all never did. Y'all only bathed once a year or something. That was for the royals. Only the royals did that. The rest of you motherfuckers might have went 10, 20, 30 years without even looking at a bath water. You feel what I'm saying?
Like them, you want to mix your seed with them. You want to wear their animal fur on top of your head. But that's what black people do. Your black woman, she want to take care of their little puppies and feed them and nurse them because she's out of her black ass mind. She's out of her black mind. She disrespect her real.
And now they out of their black mind. It's like, damn, y'all niggas. And now we got these new breed of blackity black, which is the descendant of slave ass niggas. And we like, damn, you ain't even out of your black mind. You out of your cotton picking ass mind. You out of your cotton picking ass mind, man. Damn, you a slave minded ass nigga. You out of your cotton picking.
Your babies, her Mesoamerican children, her royal bloodline, she'll disrespect that for a bunch of cave babies. You see? She out of her mind. She want to look like them. She want to stroke their hair like that nigga Mammy did in the Amber Geiger case, the nigga Mammy. The Mammy Negress. And the nigga Mammy Bailiff. Those are black females right there. Those are a bunch of black females. You see? That's a heavy program.
Hey, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I'm going to end the video right there, man. Y'all go check that out when y'all get a chance. Hey, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So, hey, make sure y'all hit the like button. If y'all don't nobody hit the link by the time I get done playing this little intro and a little 2-minute break, we'll be back in just a second.
So dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's true with God of Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. And stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the source. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular.
Yo, 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 yo. We back. We back. How y'all like the new 2 minute break intro thing? Yeah, I hope y'all fucking with it. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the real ones. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all already know what's cracking. Man, I did drop the link in the chat. Guess nobody want to come on. Guess nobody want to come on, huh? We got the brother T on here. What's going on, T?
Nothing much. Just over here observing, listening, observing, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm listening to y'all. Y'all that shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me know if you got a question or comment. If you want to get in on. Shout out to everybody else. Shout out to the brother American's True DNA. And now we have the brother the I Am. What's going on? And we also have my brother Root Word in the building. What's on? What's going on with y'all fellas? How y'all feeling?
Salute, brother. Hope everybody's going all right. Thanks for having me up, bro. Hope your morning going all right.
Yeah, it's going beautiful, man.
Peace to the guys. Peace to the guys.
Hey, that's a good build, though. You talking about, though, we ain't black, though, man. I think that and colored and a couple of the terms that the so-called European gave us, I think that knocked us off our motherfucking hemisphere, if that's the right way to say it.
Yeah, it definitely knocked us off from where we were supposed to be originally, I believe. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, that shit wild.
And when we talk about spirituality, in the English language, I don't know about no other language, but in the English language, the black, it denotes and the connotative meaning is always something negative. So yeah, we need to be careful of that. It's like a black spell. It's like the black hand, or it's like wearing. I got the black hoodie, black mask, black hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Black khakis, black pants on. It's like, you know what I'm saying. When you go to a death, it's black. You always wear. You know, when you think of the Grim Reaper, he's always in black. You know what I'm saying? When you define black, it's gloomy, negative. So you correct, man. It's good science drop though. Autographs though.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Root Words, man. Popping on. Shout out to the brother. I Am. What's up with it? I know you got hella questions, G. So what's up with it?
Hey, peace. I'll be back. Just I'm gonna let y'all finish. I gotta come back.
All right, that's fine.
But yeah, though, I don't know. Like I said, I'm listening to y'all. I'm gonna keep standing back here and listening to y'all because, like I said, I'm gonna sound like a broken record saying this, but shit, I was a kid and was told, we weren't no damn, like I sound like a broken record. We weren't no damn slaves. I don't know where black came from. This is my mama telling me as a kid. I don't know where the fuck black came from. They just labeled us whoop de whoop de whoop. And here I'm listening to y'all, man. Hey, history. Hey, meant to be. I'm listening, man. Been listening to y'all for months, years with shit. Keep it going.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Hey, y'all know me as the more though. Like I practice words like a connotative, or when you denote a word, indigenous, aboriginal, and Indian, them all bring us here. I ain't saying they're picture perfect words, but them words bring a special type of spell. To me, more bring a special type of spell, but there's a country called Morocco, so it could connotatively take you somewhere, but I understand what the real shit is. So I just think that arguing over certain names, we just need to understand what powers these spells they put on us, though. But I digress.
Right. I hear it.
Like when you say you black, that's naturally saying that somebody came to Africa, smacked you around, raped your mom and your girlfriend while you was there, and took you to America. But when you say you're a wild Indian or you indigenous to America, you got a lot of wars that went on. You got a lot of history that goes with that, though. So just the spells of these words. I like this build though. Power, salute though.
Yeah, because these words take you down a different path than where you normally want to go. It's cliche as hell, but these words are spells, and the way you write a word is by spelling the word. You see what I'm saying? And they even give you two forms of the spelling, which one of them is cursive, right, or cursing. And when you get into some of these wordage and these wording and how they formulate, and then you understand that certain words do create a type of formula, which creates different things. You feel what I'm saying? Then you understand words is powerful. You understand me? Like words like abracadabra. You see what I'm saying? These things ain't come out of nowhere. These are vibrational tone frequencies, and each word holds a frequency or a vibration that connects with the other one. And in order, with the right combination, you could tap into certain things. And it is just facts. Hypnosis does it. You see it under manipulation, under deception. It happens during a lot of different forms. You see what I'm saying?
And another thing that the brother pointed out too is that, you know what I'm saying, they not gonna ain't nobody no Chinese or no Africans great builders. You know what I'm saying? So why would they have Africans come over here and not, you know what I'm saying, say that they are the reason why America is built? You know what I'm saying? Why ain't they building nothing? Why they living in huts still? Why other people got to come over there and help them build when they in control of their country?
Right.
They in control of their country. The natives don't know how to farm. The natives don't know how to build. So now you're dealing with some confusing information now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It can get out here more. You know, I shared it on every social site. You know, everybody ain't adapt to it, but at the same time, that's what we need to do to get this out there a little more, wake the people up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
I agree, bro. I believe we got to get it out there, share the information, constantly remind people, strike the conversation. I know during the COVID for the last 2 years, it's kind of been like social distancing, which cuts off your social interacting, which is a main part of society in civilization building, interacting socially, and they kind of prohibited us from doing so. So let's tap back into it. Talk to your neighbor, link up with them, have a conversation. You know what I mean? Get into a bill with them right then and there. Hey, this is the time to do it. We still do it on a regular. We got to stop getting out of these artificial conversations, and which I enjoy these, which is over the line, online, but I still enjoy a face-to-face, homegrown, organic, analog conversation, real social interaction. And this is how you're able to spread this information, and they're able to pick up off your vibration, your energy as you canalitate and implement this information, which helps them be able to digest it and to spread it more as well. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really the new motive for what we're trying to illustrate over here, and that's one of the main mission statements of hitting these neighborhoods in our local cities, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal.
what you think about this though? With all the platforms of everybody that mess with each other, right? Like Empress, Chief, you, Average TV. I just say if y'all do an event together and many more, you know what I'm saying? Y'all host the event together, which it can bring everybody face to face, and then the donations will go crazy because people now can actually see. You know what I'm saying? Something happened, some
Yeah,
progress. You know what
we
I'm saying?
actually threw events
So
this year. We threw events this year, and there's many more to come. So we looking for everybody to be involved. You know what I'm
right.
saying? To show up, the face to face, and we appreciate the brothers and sisters that did pop out and come out and support and show love at the last Shatta Ogla Chapatula Harvest Festival. It was pretty dope, man. So yeah, man, we got more coming. We actually getting together with more brothers and sisters trying to put some more shit together. And that's just really what we got going on, you know what I mean, for the main part right now.
Yeah, I only been in tune with you guys for about 3 months now. I want to say 3 months. So yeah,
Okay,
I
3
didn't know
months.
that. Yeah,
That's
so
about that's right around the time when we had the last event. So that's right when you probably tapped in. So
yeah,
you
and
probably
and yeah, I've been into the genealogy and stuff. So yeah, so that's why it made me tap in even more with you guys and stuff. So
we
yeah, so
appreciate you being here, bro. We glad you made it over here to this information. It's a pleasure for you being tuned in with big Aboriginal power information, man. One of the realest chats on the internet, man. Dropping this science, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all for being part of the movement and seeing the growth, man. We got the original Copper Empress Hobart on the panel. Shout out OG. What's up?
Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising, everybody. Rising to the people.
Empress.
How y'all doing? Africa ain't made no move for us. I don't know why people keep saying Africa made moves for us. Africa couldn't make a move for their damn selves. We took civilization into Africa to help them build up their soil. Matter of fact, they was taking our soil over there so they could be able to farm and stuff. This book was written by a so-called African. These not the words of us. This was the words of an African that wrote the book. Please stop using that word black. It has no meaning, no standing, and niggas don't want to let it go. Did you name yourself black? It's for some reason y'all will connect yourself to something that somebody else called y'all because y'all worry about what the next nigga think of y'all. I could give two fucks what the pale skin think me or how I speak or anything. But niggas just don't want to let it go. But y'all get over here and keep pushing this thing that Africa only comes here to make a living so they can go back and make a better living in their own country. They literally come here, get money, and send the money home. If Africa got all these great resources and doing so good, why would you leave your own land where that's plentiful and come here and do the same people that you claim that came over there and stole your people? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to come over and be bothered with these people?
That's a fact.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've worked with Africans. Like she's hitting a lot of stuff on the head. They'll come here to get their money and go back home. Like they don't got it. They act like they ain't got no attachments here.
I work for Nigerians right now.
Don't go home.
For Nigerians, damn nearly 30 years. So can't nobody tell me I know what they do. And I know how they talk about us. So can't nobody tell me the cognitive dissonance is too much going on. People want to make like, we are these weak people. We're not weak people. We paint ourselves weak by calling ourselves names that we didn't even call ourselves.
Bad spells, facts, Empress.
And people don't get that much right there. Right there.
Nope.
You claiming names that you ain't even called yourself. And you know where these names came from another source. That ain't
to
you.
correct myself, not of course, I always say I'm Aboriginal and autonomous to this land. Not only that, we only use the term American Indian because it ties us to treaties, which could tie us to our last names. Those last names, honey, are not Europeans. For a fact, they didn't even have last names.
Facts. Damn, about time somebody said that.
Out of a fucking mountain, knew that and knew anything of a name or knew how to call themselves. They could barely talk or write.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense with the stuff that y'all say. It only means from the beginning, sir. And if you want to get technical about it, all languages started really here in America. So how about that?
Facts.
Y'all come over here to keep pushing this out of Africa theory on people. Like he said, at times you the monkeys and stuff. These people literally hate you because you created them. Now they're the ones that's running things. You created monsters. Because that's the only thing that means. Human means monster.
In law, facts. Black's Law Dictionary, facts.
God damn.
We created these monsters. Now look where we at. We fighting for survival after we created this mess. Y'all niggas so great. If Africa's so great, I'm trying to figure out why people just don't even go to Africa. Why y'all don't leave and go to Africa? You could be dead. I'm talking about great. Shit, y'all should be magnificent sit over there. Y'all niggas ain't built up not one motherfucking corner in y'all neighborhood. And these people that came through here and gentrified every neighborhood. If you come here to Nashville, they're not gonna leave a place unturned when they get through in this motherfucker. But niggas still arguing about a land that they refuse to go to. If Africa was so great, they would never even cross the waters, y'all, because Europe is Africa. That's Europa. So if that land was so great, they would have they didn't even have to come over here. They should have stayed where everything was bonded in bondage. Over there, as they tell it. as you niggas said it, from the pale skin point of view, he said all the things was over in Africa, but yet he came and conquered America. That don't make sense.
Hey, not a coincidence. It's a lot of people that think they Africans. Why ain't you over there talking to them
Exactly.
instead of talking to people that don't identify themselves with that? Ain't that a harder task? It did sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, is they sending people to come and like disrupt like these meetings? Like they
You don't
sending
know why
y'all?
these people
Is they
came
sending
here and
y'all
lied.
because they can send y'all out to the people that really believe they Africans? It's a lot of them. They
I
can
mean,
send
they
y'all
did
out
He is
there.
right though that you don't need a passport to go from Saudi Arabia to Egypt to Italy. So they are one land. Facts on that. You could just roam them lands. You facts on that.
And that also giving y'all what's it called, dual citizenship. Why would they need to give y'all dual citizenship if they stole you from there? That doesn't make sense, sir. You have to explain all that. But y'all are so caught up in this fantasy that Africa is so great. But yet these people over there dying. I'm telling you, only places you can really do bar and North Africa is built up. But what about the rest of the shit? People still living out there in huts. I want to see y'all niggas get it how they live over there. If you really want to say that that's so great, you go over there and help them build up. Because it doesn't make sense that America is fully built. Everything over here was built by the so-called African American, but the so-called African American was supposed to be in Africa for hundreds of thousands of years, but they didn't build it up. That don't make sense because the white man was living in a cave, so he could teach you how to build shit. He's no way he could have taught you, because if he did, he would have turned that mountain his ass was living in to motherfucking mini mansion.
The Moors claim to be great builders too, and I don't see nothing great built in Africa, and they claim Africa.
That part.
Man, they better be listening to what Copper Empress is saying. Everything she's saying, she giving you points to really sit back and think about. Like, they ain't built no type of homes. Like, they don't got no houses. They live in huts. How the hell y'all still
Man,
got
it go deeper than that.
Look at even the homes they got now. We had irrigational system. We had air conditioners. All that. These people should have everything because, as they say, we came from there. There should be nothing these people should have. Everything that America has, they should have because we was there first, according to y'all ignorance.
And how did the slaves from y'all, descended from y'all, come to America and become great builders, and y'all not great builders?
Because if you check out all these wonderful cities in America that our ancestors made, man, they had canals that was man-made. Like, I can't say we made the rivers. I ain't gonna go there. But these little creeks and these canals that enter every city, I could say we made them. Them is man-made structures, and you can't find them in Africa. Better yet, you can't even find too many rivers in Northern Africa. So you make great points, Miss Empress Gresto.
But see, ain't nobody thinking of none of this. You had how is it we had so-called Black Wall Street, which was Negro Wall Street before they want to change every fucking thing. You had all these Wall Streets in a lot of major cities, but there's no Wall Street or anything in Africa. How the hell have Wall Street here? You created it here. You should have created it over there. You was over there longer. So all you did was bring your craft, your gift to America because you already did something at home. So now you're taking abroad, just like the guy wrote in that book how we took it there. It is what it is. Niggas wake up.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, I see a couple people in the back. We're gonna rotate, man, because I forgot to pay my goddamn subscription this morning. I didn't know, so I can only allow 6 people on. So
I'll fall back for a second. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it's something open, I'll get right back on.
All right, for sure. Yeah, bro. I appreciate you for coming through, big bro. Hey, we're gonna have to lock in and do a bill for real. All right, so hit me up.
Facts. I just want to get all my stuff right. But hey, great knowledge, Empress. Great knowledge. Hit the like, everybody.
Hey, brother, I am. You good? You got some questions? I'm gonna rotate you out here in a second. If you ain't got no questions right now, if not, you just pop back in. I am.
I don't even think he on.
Yeah, weird. We'll get him to come back later. All right, so yeah, man. Shout out to everybody else that's on here, man. We got T on here. What's up, T? You got something you want to add in?
Not right now. She just killed everything, you know. But other
Man,
than, like I said, what I was told earlier about, you know, time frames. And what's crazy is I had spoke to one African. This was probably last year, and he has said, you know, his dad told him tales of him coming off the boat and whatnot. And like I said, my mom probably right around the same age group as this man. And like she said, I ain't never, not us, no, never. So right about the same time frames, and I'm here. So yeah, go ahead, keep it going.
That's a fact, though. Like I said, a lot of people don't even understand.
He said, Buck Corbett said Black Wall Street was built by people of African descent. Nigga, we're not African descent. First of all, we're not pale people.
I'm not even responding to no chat, man. They ain't hitting that panel. I ain't even responding to these niggas, man. I be seeing all their comments. I don't respond to them. I'm not responding to nobody on this panel unless they hopping on.
They trying to be funny. Like, bruh, how can Africans build if they ain't building over there? How they gonna come over here and build? She already explained that to y'all.
Different atmosphere, and all of a sudden the niggas start thinking, oh, well, let me build a Wall Street. And you ain't doing shit in Africa today. You don't even have a Wall Street. Doesn't make no sense, does it? You ain't even had one Wall Street in Africa. We had one in damn nearly every major fucking city where we were residing, the ones that we didn't run, wasn't ran out of. So please tell me why there's no Black Wall Streets in Africa. There should be at least one there because the great inventions supposed to have came from there. How the fuck you didn't invent nothing in Africa, but then you came to America and start inventing every fucking thing? Don't make sense to me. And any motherfucker believe that bullshit, you need to get your head checked.
That sounds like a movie or a fairy tale.
Mm-hmm. Doing open heart surgeries. Y'all built what's it, blood banks. Yeah, the what you call out there, the light, the signal out there. You built car motors. You did all these things, but yet there was none of that in Africa. None of that. None of that. You got nothing. Air conditioner, refrigerator, stove. We built it all. Why isn't it's not there in abundance? You have to be at home before you came abroad. If that was your home, all that should still be there. All you did was just share it with the world, like we doing now, sir. Where we messed up is because we let these people come here and take over our patent system. And once they took over our patent system, they start patenting their names and killing off the inventors and patenting their names to the inventions. That's all they did. That is all they did. These people literally came here because they was dying off so fast over there from they filthy, nasty ass. It's like he said, they didn't bathe, and everybody know they don't even care to bathe right today. And they only came here because of the vibration that our bodies hold. Not everybody of melanin carry our vibration. We are carbon-based beings, and everybody is not a carbon-based being. And these are facts, sir. Doesn't matter how much melanin you got. What about that carbon in your ass? Halito, sis. Halito, sister soul.
Halito, how you doing this morning, sis? In the panel.
I'm great.
How you doing, brother? That's great. That's great, sis. You know you spit the facts, babe. I ain't even got to say too much. You literally just was reading my mind, sis. I'm sitting there thinking like, when I came up here about the vibration, I said, it's so sad. I said, they don't understand how our vibration is so high. And what they do is try to bring it down to the lowest level. The best way of doing that is by interceding their genes upon us. When they intercede their genes upon us, it started to dilute the frequency of our high vibration, which actually gives us the resonance with this entire planet. This is why they're trying to take over. As long as they can keep interceding on the frequencies and all this stuff, they play with the ley lines. All these things have to do with it. The energy grid, all this stuff is connected to us. So long as they come in with this technology and they're doing all these things, they're tapping into all these different frequencies, sound frequencies, light frequency, all these electromagnetic frequency waves, all these things that interfere with our
all of it.
body. Yes,
The
sis.
radioactive waves, everything. That's why they knocked the count off these pyramids. That's why they was covering up the pyramids. Everything here connected to us.
True.
Everything.
Because everything here is us, right, sis? Look, we is it and it is us. This earth, this atmosphere,
Exactly.
universe, all of this is us and our ancestors. It's crazy how we don't really get the depth of this.
You know, they talk about melanin. What you think oil is that they bring up out of the fucking damn ground? Everything that's in you is in the earth because you came from her.
Yeah.
Period.
Like they don't realize.
Same mechanic. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. It's on you. It's on you, Queen.
No, I was just gonna say it's the same mechanics. Like sister, it's so crazy. If people study the earth, even study what they call the cosmos or the universe, the stars, whatever, everything mocks us. It's like, why would this stuff mirror us? Why does this stuff mirror our specific body? Why is the ethers and everything that they call the dark matter and the dark this and all this stuff, they try to relate it to black, which is a different dark color versus the dark energy, the 9 ether beings that we are, with that copper, with all the electrons and the neurons and everything that's within us. All this stuff literally connects to inside the earth and outside. All this is in us. It's in us and outside. We're connected.
So above, so below. We're above. The earth is below our feet. Everything is connected.
Cool.
Period. Those when they talk about those dark-skinned people in Africa, we first created the darker people. And then we tried to bleach it on down. That's why I keep trying to tell you. Those are their descendants. Those are their descendants. So you can keep on running on over there. If that's where you think you fit in, because some of y'all might be from there. I'm just trying to figure out how we can get you there. So you can stick your inside out. That's what we try to do. Because you ain't finna paint us as some weak ass people, and we're not weak. In the beginning of that book that they gave you, it said gods. It didn't say one. They knew who those bronze folks with those dreadlocks was that created they motherfucking hair wool with fucking feet of bronze. We are the bronze people. They know who the fuck created them. You niggas don't know because you lost your way. Y'all want to, they so racist. Y'all said y'all created. Yes, we did. We created that bullshit. And that's been our downfall ever since we created the shit. You notice they allow all these Africans in here. You know why they allow all these so-called Africans and different nations from out of Africa? Because they know those are their people. They're not crazy.
True.
They know that's their people. Over in Europe, they are nothing like the ones that are here. They love those people. They know those are theirs.
I wish people actually. I wish people actually knew an African. If they got to actually sit down and talk to an African, speak to an African, and then talk to them about white people, they will look at you crazy, like you are the most racist person in the world because you're speaking about the shit that's happening to you.
What we don't understand is that as a collective, as in general, as a whole, our people have met their demise and have been destroyed by indoctrination. We have met our demise from the lack of knowledge, from having certain things deprived from us and forced down a certain road. And so with this, we take opportunities that we probably shouldn't take. But hey, when you don't have only a few options, what can you say? Either you want a shit sandwich with the bread or without the bread. You see what I'm saying? Hey.
Even with that brother that was on there, everybody be thinking of that 3/5 human. I hear people mention it a lot of times. What's crazy is the part of that is we are 5/3. It's backwards. It's twisted. There. It's
No,
not a
that's not what they
three.
made it for. This is so that was for like corporation, like you have your own business and
Mhm.
which you do your family. Only in your household, you could only out of 5 people in your house, you could only 3 of those people could vote in your house. They changed all this. People, because you listen to these fucking pale skin prejudice motherfuckers is teaching us. They teaching us backwards. Only in America, everything is taught backwards. It's never taught to benefit you. Everything was taught backwards. Everything.
They ass backwards. Matter of fact, they bass backwards. They
Yep.
bass backwards.
Real shit.
That's a fact.
And
And do the sense that we are in energy conductors. That's a fact. That is a fact. That's why they always somewhere near us. If y'all know, we be like, God damn, these motherfuckers. Everything you look, they in your goddamn face.
Yes.
They are drawn to you because of your energy. And that's what keeps you living. You don't even know that your very existence keep these motherfuckers here.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't
Has
have
anybody
nothing.
realized how they've been looking lately?
They mad because you don't age, you don't look like them, or any of that. Even these so-called natives want to say they us. We don't look like them. Look how they be fit and looking like they 80. They look just like the people they descended from. We don't age like that.
And then it's crazy. I don't think people been realizing, like, if you walk past these people, like now that we've been waking up, you can really tell that our connection and us waking up really does shift how everything is. Because I'm starting to see how these people look at 30, 40 years old. They look older than they were looking 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yes.
They
We're
looking
waking up.
veiny, all types of shit.
Yeah.
The ones that look like they in their 30s and 40s sometimes be like early 19, 20 something years old. They be living ragged. It's the harshness on them. And they trying to like live a certain way and play into everything so they can be a part of this and be a part of us. A lot of times they try to do things that we do is what I be noticing. So they're mocking like our lifestyle, trying to live like us, trying to be a little black. They say they want to be black. So when they doing all this, they even lowering their frequency even more because y'all can't connect to this frequency. And the more they try, it's a disconnect. They're disconnected more. This is why they keep trying to mix the races. And the people think it's a problem. Oh, they're prejudiced. Oh, they think we shouldn't mix. We shouldn't mix because y'all diluting our race. Y'all diluting our frequency. Y'all making everything on this earth and this planet go down to a low vibrational frequency by continuously mixing and diluting our genes.
That's a fact.
And also, I recognize something too that I see going on. Oh, peace to the panel too, y'all. This brother Asar.
Peace, brother. Peace.
Peace. I recognize also because I remember reading an article about what America would look like by 2050 or something like that, and they said it was going to be all, brown skinned people. But here's the thing that I think they so conveniently left out of the article, and that was who are giving birth to these brown skinned people. And I see, to me, that's where they're ultimately trying to replace our women. Yeah, there may be brown skinned people here by then, but the demographic is that white women are giving birth to these brown skinned people via the so-called black man. Because I'm one to know that, when it comes to one's family lineage and heritage and national nativity, let me say that, I know that comes from mama. And whether you're melanated or not, if you came from that so-called white woman, that's just who you are. And like the sisters were saying, like, not everybody carbon based, not everybody got it. Don't matter how much melanin you got. You see what I'm saying? Where their carbon base at? And I think that comes from mama.
And
just for the record.
That 3/5 part where I was saying, sis, it's not. I understand what you were saying about the voting thing, and that's a fact. True, I've heard that before. I think I heard you mention it before. But when it comes to the 3/5 human part, I'm talking about when they came to diluting the race and they start saying the 3/5 human, 3/5 human, they're talking about them. They're not talking about us. We are the 5/3 because we're overhuman. We have the things within us and the powers and energies and stuff that they try to demise, and these things make us over the 3/5. So when they always try to push 3/5 because they want to try to bring us to the level that they are because their frequency is lower. They don't have those extra DNA codings and frequencies in the biochemical frequencies within their body to be at that 5/3. So this is why they say 3/5 because they are the 3/5.
They just a monster. Period. They're the humans. We are the beings. We are the solar beings, the carbon-based beings. They are the monsters that we created, and now they're running around on Earth, running amok.
And you know that Frankenstein movie? If anybody remember that, the younger people probably don't remember it, but it was an old Frankenstein movie. It kind of talked about it. It showed how they created the man, right? As soon as they created this man, he turned on them. He went crazy. They went to doing stuff. They had to burn the town up. That was I think that was like a mocking. I remember seeing that when I was younger, and I'm looking like, wow, that's like they're showing how they created a different person or a different breed or species. And then when they brought this in, it came and took over and started making all this chaos and ruckus on the world. And that's what that was a symbolism of to me.
Caucasian means dead Asian. The Asian man was before any of them. Caucasian was literally grafted from a dead Asian.
Speak.
Yes, sis. Yes.
Speak.
Talk
You
about
be coming with the science. The science.
Yes.
That's why they connect so well. That's why they all in on the cahoots on our demise, y'all.
Yes.
Why y'all think they passed that Asian law? They know they're from the Caucasian is from the Asian.
Preach.
They passed that fucking law because they knew the war was gonna break out between the indigenous people here, the indigenous people here, and against these invaders, which are the Asians invaders.
And that is the alien agent. Asian is alien. Alien invasion. That's the same thing they're talking about. And people they see it as something different. It's crazy.
This must be an indigenous thing. My grandma used to say the same thing about them, that they was aliens. She was like, I know that they had to come from outer space. They're aliens. She was specifically talking about them, though. She was like, they don't look the same as anybody else. She said white people too, but she was talking about them because she was like, it's something just totally different about them. They evil. The way their evilness is like different than how the Europeans is or the Indian.
They don't come with everything we have. We crafted them, but they don't have everything. And when we used our genetics, it was the last of everything after we had tried all the elements of the earth to create them. Our genetics was the last thing we used.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny.
Ours, everything. Yep. We were the last resort.
Why you think some of them over there, if you look over there, they got tree bark growing on their skin.
That's still going on today.
God.
That's still going on today amongst Asians.
Yeah.
I was about to say, sis, it's a race in Indonesia right now, right? It's crazy. I was just looking at this yesterday, and I said I was gonna do a video on it. When you brought this up, it's crazy. This particular family, it's the whole family. It's 6. They have not 6. 5.
Yeah, walk on all fours.
We walk on all fours.
Yeah, we did a
look at that one. They look literally like an Asian. You know how they show the alien with the big head and the slanted eyes and the this and that? They look literally just like that alien, and their face is deformed, and it's like they got this rare deformity. 3 of the 5 children, 2 of the kids are normal, and they say, "Oh, this came from their dad." These 2 took after the mom, and these 2 they're like, "Well, have they ever tried?"
They did what? See how they talk? They the new people try to like downplay it if they're going back in time to going back, bitch, you going back into what you were. That was the motherfucking animal. Quit trying to downplay this bullshit. Like shit. A lot of these people that you see like that, that's what the World Fair was about.
Yeah.
They was going around collecting all these people that was with deformity. Y'all know about European wax. Y'all know why they came up with European wax? Because these people, most of them was born with fur all over their fucking bodies like animals. That's all they is, a monkey without his fur. It is what it is. Man. This is not racist. What monkey do you know with 4 lips? What monkey do you know that have what they were called, now eat the hair. Now one of them.
They
That's why
got fur. They got fur just like animals. If you look up their hair and you do a diagnosis of it, they literally have fur, just like animals.
Yeah.
That's why when they in
Dogs.
the rain and you smell
and
that smell, it's the same chemical. It's a certain
Yes,
chemical reaction that's in the fur. It's the same thing that's in
yes,
their hair. And it's a fact.
yes.
It's not nothing to
Isn't
be
it
funny.
sulfur?
It's
It's
real.
It's sulfur, isn't it? Sulfur?
Yep.
sulfur based. Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
That's sulfur
sulfur.
based.
And
Thank you, brother.
that's
Yep.
like the dead have sulfur.
Mm-hmm. Then they
That's
got hair
crazy.
follicles like the chicken, the dog, the monkey. It's all types of different animals that got hair follicles like. So it's like y'all can't try to tell us y'all are like us. Y'all not ether because y'all
And
don't
y'all
have the
see how
non
the
ether.
monkey, when he making those little sound, how thin his lips is when he put them out. Our lips don't look like that. So you finna tell me a monkey went from thin lips and the one his fur, he's pale skin.
Peace to
All
the
that is
panel.
deep. All that is
Peace.
deep.
peace.
But they got you thinking it's you though.
It's funny that you said that. I talked to Miss. I was just coming up here to say that my great granny would used to tell my mom about her great granny telling stories because my great granny was an Aboriginal teacher and they taught in the church house that we had
Yep.
built.
That's how my grandma was.
And she said, my mom said that my great granny taught them as kids that that they were aliens also.
Yes.
And she said that her granny taught her. Now this is my great granny. She said her granny used to teach them what her mother taught, which was they came along right after the moon came along. Because they said the moon didn't used to be there either. They was taught that the moon did not used to be there. So we talking about white on white. And then you have an Asian doctor right now that's teaching that the Asians have fish DNA.
DNA, yep.
That they have fish DNA. So that's where your fish man come from. And then you got old pictures of the dog headed man. And that's
Yep.
where they came from.
I got
And
so many pictures of them
the
people.
Asian doctor said anyone that's not of our race is a mutant. He said it out his own mouth. And this is
See,
an Asian scientist. And then speaking on what we was talking about the family with the mutant, I caught a video the other day. I was showing my husband where this little boy had sharper in him. He had too much skin. He's like a sharper dog. You know, the dogs with all the wrinkles.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they basically told his parents that, you know what I'm saying, he gonna have to grow into his skin like the dog do. And then when they told him they had him tested, him and the sharper, they had the same DNA.
But
and
we know
wonder
that.
why they smell like wet dogs.
No, people that's why they smell like white dogs because dog and wolf pathogen was used to create them.
Yep.
When they say
And pigs,
Neanderthal, dog and Neanderthals and wolf, all them fall under the Neanderthal fucking category.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is why you
And
have
when
that smell. That smell
And
when
your
you
so-called Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
yeah, that's the Yeti.
Yep.
That's them.
Werewolves.
That's part of their family, the Yeti. I told that's why they came over with European waxing, because that's the way they are to stop them from all that freckles. There's still a lot of them running around here like that. I swear to God, about my daughter's what 30 now. She had to be about 2 or 3. I took her to this water park here in Nashville, and we was all the kids. We had a lot of kids, and we was getting out there to the pool. Y'all, we stopped in our motherfucking tracks, y'all. I don't know what the fuck that was standing in the middle of that pool holding the baby. I said, we ain't getting in this motherfucking pool. What the fuck is this? Y'all, that shit, we stood there and stared. I'm talking about it was about 10 of us in our church, and we just stood there on the side of the pool and just I looked, the rest of the pale skin was in there playing, and I said, what the fuck is this shit? I ain't never seen nothing like this. People whole face was covered, y'all. His whole body. He had his children out there. We didn't get in the pool. I said, y'all, it's time to go. I don't know what this is. I ain't
What you do?
And that's the reason why we don't have fleas and lice and we,
fleas are the
ticks don't attach to us. None of that.
Yes.
Yeah, that lice be sticking to them, that damn greasy ass wet hair. They love that shit.
And we use bear grease. If you look up the history of the Aboriginals here, the indigenous people here, we use bear grease on our hair. That's how we would straighten our hair with bear grease. Why would they need bear grease on their fucking hair when it was already straight? So you have to ask yourself all these fucking questions. You don't leave nothing out. Nothing.
And then those in the panel in the chat keep talking about Africa is not part of Asia. Shut up.
It is.
That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense.
America's all one landmass. What are they talking about?
They talk about Pangea in one voice, and then say, when you say all that together, no, but then, okay, if it was Pangea one motherfucking time, then why wouldn't it not be the same fucking landmass?
Exactly.
They
can't have it both ways, nigga.
People don't
can't
understand.
use common sense because they're using the senses that have been put on them. Sis, it's so sad because it's like no matter how much you talk to them, show them proof, this, and that, they still be looking like, huh? What you talking about? It's really a dissension in the mind. It's sick.
Yep.
They want to send from I guess because they say Africa is so great, but if you see the people over there, how are they so great? These niggas literally over there living in like they tea and shit like we would use over here to throw it away. They just collected it. If they was great builders, man, y'all ought to see how those motherfuckers are building and fucking with those damn tins, putting it on top of the roof on the side just to have a house. If you was a fucking great builders, nigga, you would not be building that shit. You would go over there and get that wood and you'll start building a fucking house.
You know what, sis? I got a sis that year before last moved to Africa. Check this out. I was like, why you want to move there? Sis, she was like, well, I just want to try something different. I want to get my roots in this. I'm like, but you're not from there, and you know that you're indigenous. She understands she's indigenous, but she don't. She another confused one, right? She moved there, right? She supposedly has set up with these people to stay with them. So when she get there, she thinking the housing gonna be a certain way. She get there, first off, soon as she got there, the people stole her money. She got duped, and the people she's supposed to stay with, they took all her freaking cash, kid you not, sis. Took her money. She was trying to find another place. So she ran into these other people. They was like, oh, you can stay here. You give us so much a month or whatever, this, and that. So they was like, give us so much up front. She gave them the money up front. She went to the place that they told her, right? She gets there. It's like 12 people in this big ass damn room. She said she didn't even have like a separate space or spot. These are supposed to be people getting people on, right? Now, mind you, she's not no broke chick now, but she don't got no whole bunch of money. So they see that she got a little something. She got a little money. She got stuff going on. She's very spiritual with certain things, but she's good with like me with the herbs and stuff. We're trying to heal people and shit. So now she goes and she's trying to help them build and do all this stuff over there. So she's trying to get a little hut. So she was like, sis, send me this, send me that. She wanted me to send her this big ass barrel of all this stuff so that she could sell it there because she gonna make all this money off the stuff that's not gonna cost that much here. So now they got these little huts. They set up shops. They do this, they do that. She's telling me how she had to go to this hut to sell this stuff and sit there all day. And these people don't have this, they don't got that. And I'm sitting here like, she was like, sis, go to the dollar store and get like flashlights, this. And I'm listening like, damn, they don't got none of that simple shit, sis.
Nothing.
Like, sis, they don't got nothing. I said, come on.
Stoves.
One couple y'all that left here.
But them your roots.
Left here with her money, did the same motherfucking thing, y'all.
Man.
She said, look, she done went through all her money. She said the lights don't stay on the half of a day. She said she was done when she woke in and there was a lizard in her fucking bed when she woke up in the middle of the night. Girl, they don't have no stores open 24 hours. She said, I can't even buy chips or ho-hos over there. Wow.
Yeah.
They just start eating chocolate over here.
Yeah. To the guy that said six sales started with the I want to say it was the Omex, the Mayans or the Omex. Six sales started. The only reason why it's in Africa because they was taking us out of here, out of America to fucking Africa.
But the large percentage of them died.
Colonization society was taking us over there. So miss me with that. Sickle
And
cell
the
trait amongst us, and the majority is in the Americas.
true. And then
Y'all
the
niggas
ones that
yourself to Africa so bad. Go to goddamn Africa. Get the fuck out of our chat. We
especially
all
King
here
Cass.
building and learning. We ain't goddamn it stupid. White man can't keep pissing on us and we thinking it's raining. That's y'all niggas.
Back. I with
And this ain't nothing new with us either. A lot of people think that a lot of this stuff is new with us. Like,
No,
oh,
it's
we
not.
just finding out. Oh, we just waking up. No, this has been in our blood ever since we were young. You know, looking around like something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We knew something wasn't right. You know, it's in
Where
our
you
blood. We
from,
know
kid?
something ain't right. So this ain't
Where you
nothing
from?
new to us.
Where
What
you
made
from?
what brought it to my attention when I was a kid, like 10, 11 years old, couldn't nobody
I
tell
think
me
she
shit. When I seen
You
that
say
Roots movie, soon as I seen that movie, I'm looking like, what the hell is this? My grandma was
right,
like, what is this shit? She was like, we don't know nothing about coming from Africa. Ain't nobody we know came from no Africa. And
right.
that's when I
Every
started
family
seeing all these
reunion, my
different
grandmama them.
divisiveness.
Every family
Copper.
reunion, we had a treat, and we had exactly who was who and what. Most of them was Cherokee on that tree. I've seen Seminole on there. We didn't have no goddamn. And how is it all of us y'all are spread out across the Americas, and we all got the same fucking story? The fuck out of
Right,
here. We didn't know each other.
right.
How the fuck you all got the same goddamn story?
like
The
the
same.
story I was
Copper, you say
always
where I'm
told.
from?
Because a lot of y'all wasn't colonized by the same people. You wasn't colonized. Some was when they did start conquering us and running us off, we wasn't dealing with the same. Some was dealing with Irish, Englishmen. You was dealing with different people. But how is it you have the same fucking story? That's no fucking possible way.
Right. Copper Empress, you say where am I from?
Yeah, where you from? That's what I wanted to say. If where you grew up at?
I grew up in East Tennessee. I'm over
Oh,
here
you
near
right here with
Oh
me.
Chattanooga
yeah,
and
down in
Knoxville.
Uriah.
Okay, well, you right here with
Down in
me.
Uriah.
Dang, y'all in all them hills. Listen, when I moved to Texas and I came through Tennessee, I seen
Yes,
all them
we is.
mountains and them
But you know
hills and
what?
them man.
But
But you
guess
know
y'all
what?
know what? That's how
You
they
know
built
that
everything.
movie, The Sound of Music?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
On the music.
That's
That
where
little
it was
song
at.
they sing.
That's true.
That's exactly how we hear it. We can hear it as kids here. So it's like something ain't right. We know this is native to us. This ain't nothing brand new to us. We weren't brought over here, neither was our
Mhm.
parents.
It's in your
Tennessee was
I
spirit.
nothing but mountains, y'all. That's all it was. Our people start building through these fucking mountains. That's how
Look,
it was built because it's nothing but mountains here.
look.
I wanna know how I knew something was wrong. I just never felt Africans a day in my life. I don't feel them as being my people. I can't correlate with them in no way. I don't want you around me really. I don't I feel like the same way I feel about white people, I feel about them. They
Let
have
me
the
tell
same
y'all something.
vibration.
And we know that naturally by children. When we were children,
Hmm.
nobody some of that bullshit. We knew when we were all gone, the African beauty scrap. I
This how I
for a
live.
little boy the other day, y'all, when I picked my niece up from school, the children
This how I live.
See, that's beautiful.
Country.
That's what I like.
Yes, girl. Yes.
You
I
still
live in
That's
I'm on an
beautiful.
Sacramento. I
acre.
hate this
you
How
still
you
in Tennessee?
doing?
Yeah, that's how we talk too.
because
How
I'm
you
out here in
doing?
California. I
How
hate
you
this.
doing?
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
That's what it is over here.
Man,
It's a acre. That's how I live.
Yeah,
And yes, I do my own vegetables. I don't play the radio.
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sis.
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. People need to get to. These people
Hmm.
have
It's
control of
beautiful,
your
sis.
how you gonna eat. That means they gonna control whether they starve you or not. That's
And they
bullshit.
do that.
Or
They trying
poisonous
to get
too.
everything now. They faking it with stuff, even with the shells. They not letting people know that they got shortages on this food and stuff because
Hmm.
they having issues with all these transportation due to all these floods. Y'all need to be stocking up. I've been saying it for the last few months, and I'm gonna say it again. Stock up on
Yep.
y'all water, y'all filtration systems if you have them. Stock up on dry goods, anything that you have. Stock up on organic seeds, if non-GMO seeds, if you're able to find them. It's very hard. Bill Gates dumbass took most of them off the shelf, but it's a lot of stores that still have them, like the garden centers. Go to your garden centers if you can. Get any GMO, non-GMO seeds. that you can, because they are trying to get rid of these things. Some places you cannot even order organic seeds anymore. So make sure you're getting these things and stocking them up. Even if you're not planting them now, these things are going to be very valuable.
Facts.
And also, you can go to, I know specifically for a fact, Home Depot still has some of those organic seeds. It has shrunk. The department has shrank, and it's only one small section, but I know Home Depot still have some of the organic seeds. So stop by your Home Depot, holler at them, get some of them before they take them all out.
And so have the canning. The canning in the grocery stores have
Yeah.
shrunk.
What you mean the canning, babe? The stuff to do canning? What you saying?
Yes. Like the mason, you can find the mason jars, but you can't find like individual. Like I need lids. Like I don't need the jars. I just need some lids.
I order mine from Amazon. I ain't gonna lie, why. That's where I order them all from.
Yeah, that's where I've been getting mine too.
And go to I don't know if you got one in your area, sis. Ollie's.
Yeah, we got Ollie's.
Yeah, Ollie's have them in the kitchen section. So check the one in your areas just to see, because they have them. They keep a lot of them. They keep the larger ones, a lot of different sizes of them for some reason. Because I've gotten them a lot of times when I had to run and grab something quick.
So who taught the so-called niggas how to can food? I wait, because there wasn't no damn pest in, because they goddamn was eating raw meat. They didn't even know nothing about cooking until we taught them. So who taught them how to cook, how to goddamn it can food? Because ain't nobody in Africa canning shit.
But the thing is, they was eating their own. They was cannibalizing those that died on their way over here.
And taking our people after.
And what's weird is they try to put that on all of the civilizations that live in like the Oceania area. They'll be like they was cannibals, but that was the Europeans. None of these other people, these other melanated people, was cannibals except you people. Except I can't speak for Africans, but I can say like us and the Oceanic people and the Asians wasn't cannibals. But they try to put that on them when it was them that was doing it, the wild men.
Right. And I think that even like with it's my personal belief about it, but the theory of evolution, I think it's factual for them, not us. I think that's them telling their story.
Correct. Yeah, that's right.
That Frankenstein story, babe, it's all the same thing. It's all in one, because what they do, because it's different races and the different things that happened when they were mixed with different things. It was different things that happened. They had the werewolf people. They got the, this kind of people shit. They got about 5 different races that they all created from different experiments.
That ain't nothing but the truth, because it'd be weird, because you will find some that got hair like dogs, and then hair like this, and then hair like that, and then they have certain characteristics from certain animals. If you really pay attention to,
know that they're not the same. Caucasian know that there are different ones, because like they say, what you said, your grandmama said that those people are aliens and from other places. And she's not lying. They was the ones that made it here, but we had already created something. Those was the ones that, since they're low vibrational, they connected with them and start mating with them. You can tell the ones that's part of us. They have darker areas on, like their nipples, their private area, all that. You can still put melanin in them. But the ones that got those pink nipples and all that, those are the alien invasion people.
And they know that.
That's why they feel attracted to their own with that bestiality.
Yes, they can't help it, girl. I did a story where they had a place they closed down. They had a farm. They had a farm with these animals and people. You should have seen these men, so-called men, lined up to have sex with the animals. They was literally sitting there waiting their turn, like sick.
Oh, they passed certain laws. I know Canada, and it's a couple places here in the States that have passed laws for bestiality. They got a whole
these people nasty. Hey, y'all, I gotta make a couple runs, y'all. I appreciate y'all. This was a fire bill, y'all. Hey, this is dope. Shout out to Sister Soul. Shout out to the original Copper Empress. Shout out to everybody else on her. Shout out to Copper Mile. Shout out to Thompson is History 101. Who else we got on her? Epic Studio. Shout out to the brother T too, and he in the background.
All right.
In the chat, man.
Peace, yeah.
I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, we might even do another one later on, man. If I got some time later on, we might even bust down another one. So
hey, Bap, I put a what's the name in the chat? Check it out.
Okay, just some eyes.
I will tell check out those other videos. It's a video of a girl. She's running around here. She runs like a dog and everything. We showed that on
Where's
the
that,
Warrior
sis?
video. Huh?
You put it in the back chat real quick because I don't know what you're talking about. You were saying it earlier, brother.
We showed it a couple years ago on our Silent Warrior when I was with that matriarch of the Silent Warrior. And when I tell y'all that gallop y'all and hurdle take like it's nothing.
Yeah, I remember that video. I do.
I know which one you're talking about.
Wow.
Crazy. Shit, man.
AP, what kind of mayonnaise bullshit is this?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of motherfucking bullshit that is. These motherfuckers, this shit like a real K9. I'm talking about everything. Y'all check. Hey, y'all drop some fire emojis in the chat, man. Support the channel. We about to get ready to get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God or Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to something. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the cool. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular.